Klein Alley Show.
What a wonderful day!
Hey, I'm a new listener, and I just want to say I love your show. I give you the 3-day challenge, and I'm hooked. Klein and Alley. Oh, say, can you tinkle?
Nothing pleasant was about that.
Sorry.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Well, good morning, and how the hell goes it?
Well, it depends on who you ask.
Welcome to KROQ, Klein Alley Show on a Wednesday morning. Today we'll be
What
on...
are you guys doing, dude?
Well, we got
Our new president already signed a new law into effect that we have to start every show with his favorite song.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, cool.
Great. Now we're talking. Now I got good vibes.
No. Omar, this is his favorite song. He also said that we have to play this one.
Oh, really? Which one?
Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
There we go.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating
I like
the
that.
cat.
I like
Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
All right, now, hello, everyone.
All right,
Good
cool.
morning. Today, a brand new day begins, not only because...
Also, he's already talking about putting in work, and this is what he was asked.
Just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan.
Still, get that plan together.
Yeah.
You better have it ready to go. That's the big news waking up to this morning. Perhaps you saw it last night before you went to bed.
Yeah,
Trump,
listen, I don't care what side you're on, but man, people were losing their minds last night, weren't they?
They sure were. Well, it's
That was
interesting
crazy.
because they try, like, they're trying to make TV, and they're trying to make compelling TV. So even though they are giving you the results of the election for president, they know, just like at a football game when a team's up 47-0, they still try to do that whole, I've seen crazier things have
I
happened.
know, it was like the map was all red,
Yeah.
and they're like, you know what? There are
in
still...
this county, she is winning.
Right.
Yes, I know. I'm like, what are they doing here?
There's a lot of the, there's still a path to victory. Now, there's 6 voters left in Alaska. If all 6 of them...
Just because there's still a path doesn't
Right.
mean anyone's going to take the
Yeah,
path.
but they didn't want to do that thing where it was clear, and then they would go to the correspondents at both of the different headquarters, and they would say, spirits are lukewarm at best at the Harris headquarters, and you would just see a bunch of people crying.
Totally.
And then they would go, but it's still pretty close. Let's see what's going on over in Trump land. It'd be like firing guns in the air. And they're like,
Yosemite Sam was having a party.
but they go like, but you know what? It's too early to call. And
I know.
And I'm watching this on my couch.
I'm like, the New York Times says he has a 90% chance of winning, and it's
Yeah.
6 p.m.
Yeah, I'm like, this doesn't seem too early to call.
I know.
But-
Last night, my wife was like, come on, don't lose hope. I was like, Katie, it's done.
Well,
It's done now.
hey, there you go. So, congratulations if Trump was your guy, and if not, then
Let me get my shoes.
get your shoes, buddy. You got 4 years. You got to get them shoes ready to go.
Look, hey, if you are a person who voted Republican and wanted Republicans to control everything and get more done, this is the opportunity. So we'll see how it goes,
Yeah.
you know?
And look, and
A lot of people think that the Democrats have that opportunity and failed. So
I'm just-
now let's see what happens on the other side.
locally, and the thing that really forced me to go wait in line at a high school yesterday and vote was not even about the presidential election, because we live in California and it doesn't really matter.
It
But
was about the cheerleaders.
it was
at the high
about
school.
looking at the high school cheerleaders. And I like to go when they are practicing the pyramid. No. I wanted to. That's not fair, because that's an out of context clip that I got roped into.
Since
with
when did
Alex.
we care about out of
No,
context?
I wanted to make sure that George Gascon would lose his job, because
yeah.
I think that I've slowly watched this beautiful state of California, specifically Los Angeles, turn into a real steaming pile of S. And the crime that's been running rampant is out of control, and I'm glad to see that.
And to have people robbing stores and people in their homes, and also getting caught on camera and not caring, because they know that even if they get arrested, they'll be out within 24 hours and doing it again. So I think that's the main thing people really wanted to change locally.
I don't like it now that when I go into a CVS or a Walgreens and want to get a candy bar, I got to get 3 guys with keys to come and unlock the plastic so that I can get a goddamn candy bar.
And it's a whole lot easier to just walk out with it.
Right. So anyway, as a result, I'm glad that that problem is solving, and we move on another day, living in democracy. What a beautiful thing.
Well, some people would disagree.
Text line's
that we're living
fired
in
up
democracy.
for so
I
many
was
different-
also shocked to see this last night.
I just wanted to say good morning and thanks to my biggest supporter, Ali Jusnan, your support on KROQ.
Going vocal support to your audience is really what pushed us over the finish line. Today is a win for you us both. Trump and Poogers.
What was that at the end?
I think he said Trump and Poogers. Poogers.
Okay.
I think Klein wrote that and had a lot of typos. That's what it sounds like. Ally Jarsman.
Well, let me hear that again. Hold on. I think that was a real message from Trump for Allie, and I think that we should hear it again and forget that it sounds like it's got a lot of typos in it. No, hold on.
Here we go.
I just wanted to say good morning and thanks to my biggest supporter, Ally Jarsman. Your support on KROQ and your ongoing vocal support to your audience is really what pushed us over the finish line. Today is a win for you us both. Trump and Poogers.
Trump and Poogers.
Trump and Pooges.
Well, you did.
I love Trump.
Yeah,
Okay,
you say you
thanks
have that,
a lot, guys.
You have that quote.
Let's just keep it rolling.
That's the quote, right?
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
All right, we got a decent show planned for you today, believe it or not. If you need a distraction, we're here for you. You want us to...
You need a process, we're here for you. If you want to celebrate, we're here for you.
Whitney Cummings will be joining us later this morning on the show. Once again, we're live all morning, not just on the radio, but also on YouTube. Want to wake up with us visually? You can do that as well. Go to KROQ's YouTube page and get in on that. This is KROQ. It's a party day. Yes, baby.
Oh, man. I think we would get kicked off if we played that.
There's a lot of rules.
That's right.
So we're doing the show live on KROQ as always, and people wanted more visual stimulation. So here we are, also live on YouTube. You're more than welcome to join along. Just go to KROQ's YouTube, and I think you can just see that we're actively live and watch the show as it unfolds. So you can see everything that happens today, like Allie Knows the News and Bamboozled, some Whitney Cummings, surprises. Also got stuff to give you today, like King's tickets, and, of course, dealing with a variety of people's emotions because we're like pretty much like untrained therapists on this show. Go ahead. You're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hi, Klein. How you doing?
Good. What's going on?
Well, I just wanted to say I took Wednesday off, and I'm drunk.
Oh.
And
Okay, was that it?
Is this a post-election drunk? Is this a middle-of-the-week drunk? What is the reason that you're hammered right now?
I don't know. I'm literally gonna take every Wednesday off until the end of the year.
Good for you.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel today because Trump's a piece of trash. Anyways, but love you guys.
Hey, love you too. What are you drinking? What is your booze of choice this morning? Sounds like all of the above.
You can call me Lady Chardonnay. I would like to join. The group.
You mean the Drunk Avengers?
The AA Avengers?
Yeah, I would like to be Lady Chardonnay.
Hey, great. We should add some women. Oh, we can't add any more women now because of the change in Congress.
God damn it! Lady Chardonnay.
Isn't there anyone who knows what Christmas is all about?
KROQ. Now listen.
Welcome back.
Tomorrow morning at 7:30.
We are Klein Alley Show live on KROQ, and today, and who knows, for a limited time, also you can enjoy us live visually on the YouTube as well. Tomorrow, 7:30, a big announcement. That's right, Allie. You look great.
Thank you.
That's the first review from our YouTube stream. Play it again so we can all hear the quote in its entirety. I don't want to be misquoted. That's the one.
Oh, great.
That's good stuff. Hey, Ryan and Tustin, good morning. Thanks for the interaction at 800-520-1067. What's going on?
Hey, good morning. I was just telling Vanessa, I went to Danny Elfman on Saturday at the bowl, and I went to Mel's Drive-In afterward. And I got to share with you guys, I went in there to see the picture, and I'm looking at it, and the staff comes up, and they're like, are these... do you know who these people are?
No way.
Hold on.
I swear. I go, yeah, they're on the morning show on KROQ. They were talking about it, and they said, yeah, we seriously thought somebody came in and just put their picture up.
So great. Yeah.
No, but the manager said we could.
It was a little confusing.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled all the pictures of Diddy off the wall at the Mel's in Hollywood, and we decided, great, they've got some open space. Let's call them and convince them to put our picture up. I still think the guy thought we were joking, and then when I showed up there with the actual picture, he took it, but I thought they were going to throw it right in the garbage. I didn't think there was any chance they were putting it on the wall. You actually saw it on the wall there, though.
Yeah, I saw it. Diddy free since 2003.
Diddy
nice.
free
They
since
put that one up.
Yeah, that's the one. That's how we signed it. I can't believe it's still on the wall. I thought I assumed that some more important manager was going to come by and be like, get these losers off the wall. But apparently it's still there.
They honestly thought that you came in there and just put your picture on the wall and walked out. The staff, they had been talking about it since you put it up.
That's so funny.
That is so great they just have no idea.
Yeah, it's two random people on the wall instead of Diddy.
Which, by the way, I bet some celebrity has done that. Like,
Well,
I'm going to
listen.
sign this and just put this here in this spot.
We should forget about celebrity. We should start doing that to promote this dumb show.
Exactly.
Start
For
going into
our
places.
own marketing purposes.
The place I go, I don't really dry clean a lot because I wear T-shirts most of the time, but I used to go to a dry cleaner, and only in L.A. The guys get like 8x10 glossies of every, star ever behind the thing. I'm like,
rich people love dry cleaning.
I couldn't even figure it out. I mean, at one point, I couldn't even find my shirt because it's like walls and walls of like Susan Sarandon and like
You're
all
like,
these.
it's the collared shirt between Mario Lopez and Carrot Top.
It's always Lopez. All right, well, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for supporting the show, and thanks for telling Mel's who we are. We really appreciate you, Ryan. Thanks, dude.
100%. Love you guys.
All right, appreciate it. All right, if you'd like $100 of Allie's money, easy money, all you got to do is get on the phones now. 800-520-1067. 5 questions about the news. Ooh, there's one answer I think you'll get, and we'll get to that next on KROQ. of big announcements happening in the world, and of course the most important one will be happening exactly 1 hour from now tomorrow when we give you all the details for K-Rock's 33rd annual Almost Acoustic Christmas, the greatest holiday tradition since the birth of baby Jesus. You will get those details tomorrow morning, 7:30 here at K-Rock, and of course if you're watching along, apparently not only just live on the YouTube this morning at K-Rock, but we're also up on Twitch as well. So take a break from watching them gamers saying racist things and come over and check us out. Let's get to your Allie Knows the News for $100 of easy money.
5 questions, you win or lose. Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
Super easy, fun to play, and easy to win.
She's Pooger the Cougars, and she's shaped like a shoe. Let's find out if Allie knows the news. Oh.
If you would like to leave your own DIY theme songs, you're more than welcome to. That's why we got this GOAT line for you, 24/7, 365, and that number is 844-956-GOAT.
And my confidence is 0.
That's right. Every time Allie gets just a little confidence, just a little bit, there's a new GOAT line call that immediately strips it away.
I do try and find the compliment buried deep in there somewhere. I'm like, what kind of shoe?
Yeah. And then you find out it's a Croc. And you're like, damn
I'm
it.
like, Dad, damn.
Let's say hi to Dave in Garden Grove this morning. Lots of ways to interact with the show. Calls and texts at 800-520-1067. Are you ready to win $100 of Allie's money, Dave?
I'm ready, and I like the new YouTube channel, too.
Oh, you're already up watching on YouTube. Look at that. I didn't realize so many people would want us to keep them company while they're getting dressed in the morning. But
you guys got to
apparently,
get rid of the elevator music, though, on the break.
we are.
Yeah, we're working on
We
it.
just had a conversation about that. This is a work in progress, as is the show, but we want to make sure that we're available to you however you want to consume us.
You know what we should play? There's
a lot of legal issues for why we can't do a lot of things, and eventually I think we're just going to
we can't put this on there? There's nothing legally. We can play that.
It's a big legal issue.
I'm going to sue
Omar.
your ass if you play it.
Okay, got it.
Even that will get old after about 4 minutes.
Allie's going to leave the K-Rock studio now. We'll go ahead and everyone can watch you actually do this. This is crazy. People don't necessarily believe what we say on the show, so she's leaving. Everyone check out Allie's ass on the way out, and then we will get into this round. 5 questions. Let's see how you do, Dave. Your round of Allie Knows the News starts right now. Hit it.
Allie Knows the News.
All right. This person was just declared the 47th president of the United States of America.
Let's go, Trump.
Question number 2. This mural of former Dodger great is officially completed.
Pronounce Venezuela.
Question number 3. Starbucks says they will no longer be charging extra for this add-on that they've been putting in drinks and charging for a while now. What is no longer going to be an extra charge?
I don't know. Caffeine.
Caffeine, great guess. That would be terrible. Charge extra for that. Question number 4. A bunch of celebrity chefs have told the general public that if you want your Thanksgiving side dishes to taste better, there's one ingredient you must add to all of them to instantly make them better. What is the ingredient that all of these celebrity chefs are saying we need to use more of?
Let's go gravy.
And finally, online bidding has just begun on this iconic pair of shoes worn in a movie, and they believe this is going to bring in millions of dollars. Which iconic pair of shoes has the bidding begun on?
I'm going to say Back to the Future Part 2.
All right. Those are some great Nikes. Let's bring Allie, and we'll score it together. Allie's battling Dave, Garden Grove. Tomorrow morning around this time, you'll have another shot at $100 of easy money.
Pretty good job, Dave.
Yeah, pretty good job, Dave. Even the ones you were wrong about, and there were some, you still sounded confident. I like that. It's a lot better than the bunch of mouth breathers that usually call right now and go, hey, I got nothing. Question number... We love our audience, by the way. Sorry. Question number 1. Allie, here we go. This person was just declared the 47th president of the United States of America.
That would be Donald J. Trump.
That's right. Allie said it for a while now. She's been his biggest supporter. He called earlier to thank her, and that is the correct answer.
That definitely was a real call.
Definitely a real call. Question number 2. He got that as well. It's tied up 1-1. If that's the way you're finding out the results of the election, sorry to break it to you, but that's...
during Allie Knows the News.
That's how you found out. Question number 2.
I know.
The mural of this legendary Dodger is finally complete and available to enjoy.
Fernando Valenzuela.
That is correct. You got that as well. 2-2. That mural has just been deported. I just found out this morning. That is unfortunate. I don't know why, but apparently that entire building has now been moved south of the border.
It's going to become the wall.
Question.
Part of the wall.
It's going to be a beautiful part of the wall, but I don't like it. I had nothing to do with it. We got a question number 3. Starbucks.
I'm glad that guy can eat now.
Finally.
The guy that made the mural.
Feed that painter. Question number 3. Starbucks says they're no longer charging for this that they were adding to drinks and charging more for.
Oh.
They will say now it is included in the cost of your drink. What is it?
Is it pump?
Pump of what?
A flavor.
No, good guess. He said caffeine. Not a good guess. All of the milk,
Caffeine.
all of the dairy alternatives that used to be a little add-on.
Like oat and almond
They're
and crap?
saying that's now all part of it.
Good.
So we got a question number 4. No one gets the point.
All milk is created equal.
Question 4. A bunch of celebrity chefs have weighed in. They said if you, as a regular at-home cook, want to make your Thanksgiving taste better, you just need to be adding more of this ingredient to all of your side dishes.
Yeah, I did read about this. Butter. Shocker.
That is the most obvious answer ever. They say that just by adding more butter, everything will be tasting better, and he did not get that right, but
Tons of butter and tons of sugar.
Allie did, and she goes up by 1 with 1 question left, and online bidding has begun for an iconic pair of shoes worn in this movie. They believe it's going to bring in millions of dollars. Iconic shoes. What movie?
It's probably the Dorothy shoes.
The Dorothy shoes.
From Wizard of Oz. I feel like those always come up.
He said the Nikes from Back to the Future 2, which is another iconic pair of movie shoes. But in this particular case, the ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz.
Didn't they get stolen?
Get sold, yeah.
I think they get
sold, resold, stolen, brought back, sold
I think
again.
there's numerous pairs, maybe.
Yeah. I think what happens is people
buy them because they're red. It's the red wave.
I think they. Oh, that's why. There's more Trump support. All right. Well, thank you for playing, Dave. Thanks for joining us on our first ever live visual version of this Allie Knows the News. And what must you shamefully admit as we hang up on you instantly?
I'm David from Garden Grove, and Allie Knows the News.
That's right. Thank you. Tomorrow morning you'll have another shot to get some of this sweet Allie cash.
Another flavored shot.
She's paying out. All right, it says I'm supposed to play this Coldplay song now, but it's not loaded, so I got to load it manually. Oh, you guys get to watch all the cool stuff that happens here behind the scenes when there's all sorts of mistakes. Huh? Hey, Omar.
Yeah. What song?
You want to stall?
Where do you want me to put it?
We're supposed to be playing Feel Like I'm Falling in Love, but it's just not loaded. I don't know what's going on here, but that's the next song queued up. Anyway, let's tell you what we have in store for you today on the show, because it's going to be a decent show. Petty Claims Court. We have a couple whose relationship's hanging in the balance. You will get to instantly become a jury of their peers. The great and very funny and my own high school classmate, Whitney Cummings, will be joining us later this morning as well. She's got some shows coming up in Anaheim, and she will come on, I think, to determine who is a worse parent between Allie and myself, because she's a new parent herself, so she's able to now judge. And because Vanessa is leaving later today to go to Colombia, weird day to leave the country, we will hear all of your stories of times where you got stranded abroad, because she is most likely going to get stranded abroad, and she doesn't think she will, but we're pretty sure that she will.
I don't know anymore.
All right. There's some confidence
Glass
right there.
half full positivity there.
Let's give you this from our good buddy Chris Martin, and then we will continue with the show next on KROQ.
I know that this could happen.
bidding right now to play the most romantic message that has ever been left on the GOAT line in the history of the GOAT line, coming out of such a romantic song. A message that has been left for Vanessa. And I think that if you are one of these people that is jaded and you feel like love don't exist anymore, and perhaps you're like, man, my last 5 dates have been terrible, I don't think that there's anyone out there for me. I'm giving up. Even like Allie when she finally went gay. Said, there's no man for me. Got to go women now. Right, Allie? Isn't that how it worked?
Yeah, I just ran out.
She ran out. Ran out of hope. Said, I got to go with my own gender. You hear this message, and all of a sudden you will realize love is very much alive.
Yo, Klein Alley Show. I called back like 2-3 months ago. I was the plumber talking about when they clean up job sites and they clean the porta potties and make soup. This has nothing to do with that.
Forget that part of the message. This guy just happens to also clean porta potties, but that's not where the romance starts. Here's where the romance starts.
I'm calling strictly with the intentions of if Vanessa hasn't gotten married yet, listen, I will sacrifice myself and I will marry her so that she can, nothing goes wrong when she tries to go back to freaking Colombia. But, unless Johnny already married her, then, that's on him.
No, Johnny didn't.
Yeah, I'm here, Vanessa. We got you, bro.
Vanessa, is that the sweetest proposal you've ever heard? We got you, bro. This guy is a plumber. He's got a job. He works in porta potties, and
He'll probably be here by 8 a.m. for a wedding.
He is proposing a marriage to you right now, so you don't have to go back to Colombia to get your stamp.
I'm an American citizen. I don't need to get married. I'm good on that front.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I feel like we should just shore up every loose end.
Yeah.
I'm 100% fine. It's just that Colombia won't let me out. Maybe.
Did you not hear? Did you not hear this man pour his heart out to you and say that he makes soup in the porta potties by day, but would marry you right now?
But I don't need to marry him.
Right.
I don't need to marry anyone because I'm an American citizen.
Are you sure?
I'm a naturalized American citizen. We're good, guys.
So you're rejecting his proposal?
Yes, rejection.
It's not about her re-entering the United States. That she can do legally. It's that Colombia might not let her go.
Right.
It's like the opposite of what would usually happen, maybe.
It's like a finders keepers thing.
Right, exactly. Because you owe them a bunch of kilos or something?
Oh, my gosh.
What's the real reason?
Because my passport's expired. My Colombian one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Why do you
reason.
need two?
What?
Why do you need two passports?
Yeah, I'm with Jake. These people...
Colombia wants me to have the Colombian one because they're like, even though you lived there most of your life, you're still a Colombian citizen, so you need to get out with that one.
I have a real issue with people that are passport flexers where they'll say things like, I technically
That's
have...
right. I got two.
Yeah, some people are like 3, like, oh, well, I have 3. If things go bad...
Well, I also have an Irish passport.
Right. All right, great.
Yeah, whatever.
Good for you. You know how hard it is for me to keep my one American passport? I've lost that thing so many times.
You're just always at CVS taking stupid passport photos.
Pictures again.
Loser.
Just stand there where that guy cares not at all. Goes, yeah, you look okay. Giant shadow on my dumb face. All right, well, Vanessa, anyway, I think it's a beautiful way to start the show today, a marriage proposal. That's all I'm saying. And the fact that you were so quick to just say no to the guy, it sounds...
The porta potty soup guy.
So sad because he was doing that for you. He said he wanted to help you out, bro. Has anyone ever proposed marriage to you before?
No.
So there you go. You got that going for you. We'll take a quick break. You should call your mom and tell her the big news. You just got proposed to. Quick break. We're back with more show to get to. We'll find out what's actually going on in the news with your ADD News. Of course, if you're just joining us live this morning, exciting news for us because you can listen on KROQ as always, but you can also watch along on the YouTube as we are live today. It's a little experiment. See how it's doing. Spread the word and let some people know that we're doing this. And we'll be right back with more show next.
reporter, I have other good news to share. So
there you go.
Obviously, we'll talk about the election, but we will also talk about some good things that are happening locally that'll make you happy that have nothing to do with politics.
So we get into that, then a brand new hour of the show, complete with your petty claims court. We got your LA Kings tickets at some point this morning, live on KROQ and also live on YouTube for your visual stimulation on the world famous KROQ. And much more tomorrow morning, 7:30. The announcement you've been waiting for, the greatest holiday tradition since the birth of baby Jesus. That is KROQ's 33rd annual Almost Acoustic Christmas. Details upon details. We'll give you everything you need to know and hopefully start giving you tickets tomorrow at 7:30 right here on KROQ. But first, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Oh, I left my stove on.
All right, so we have a new president, and the nail-biter race turned into not a nail-biter really at all. And I guess Kamala was right. She really did need that $25 from me.
Yeah, you could have helped, Allie.
I really ignored all those texts. She's like, just $25 more. I was
$25
like, no.
would have made the difference. And El Cheapo goes, not from me. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so now I guess people who didn't support as much as they should have, maybe having some regret this morning. Locally, a lot of people are upset, but Orange County's thrilled. Now that the Senate controls the House, Republicans are now controlling the Senate and the House, so it's a red wave. And yes, this is a big victory for Republicans, but it's even more of a failure for Democrats who didn't impress when they had the power. And then, you have a geriatric candidate who couldn't really put sentences together. Everyone thought he was going to do his second term in diapers if he won. And then the Hail Mary was Kamala. So now we will see how things change now that the right has the right of way. And just for reference, here are some of the crucial voters from swing states and how they came to decide the future of our country.
Brian Flores, you just voted.
I did.
And this is in North Carolina.
And tell me about how you came to this decision.
So I wasn't going to vote at all until my girlfriend was blowing up my phone telling me to go vote. And if I didn't, she was going to break up with me. So now I'm here.
great. That makes a good point. That's right. In North Carolina,
Everyone makes decisions based on sex and money.
Sex and money and food. Sex, money, and food motivate. So if your girlfriend says, I'm leaving if you don't go vote, you got to get that sticker.
Yeah.
Listen, I saw a few people, I don't want to give names, but where I was, because they were very protective of the stickers. And they would only give you the sticker after you left the ballot machine, whatever. But there's a few people.
So you think people were walking up just getting a sticker and leaving?
Oh, I saw people, Allie.
What?
Oh, yes. Oh, I witnessed it. Stolen valor. They did not vote. They went in. They said, hey, can I get a sticker? And they're like, well, you're supposed to go through the process and da-da-da. And they go, oh, I'm going to do it later, but I just want the sticker. And I saw a few people take the sticker.
You know what else I heard was that some of those 50% off promises that were given weren't even happening.
Yeah.
Like Uber and Lyft and all these like, hey, it's 50% off if you're going to a polling place. And they're like, no, it isn't.
Yeah, I just
the stolen valor there too, saying you get an election perk when you don't.
Just started making up stuff. I went over to Morton's and I was like, oh, I heard all the steaks you can eat are free today. Here's my sticker. And they're like, really? I'm like, oh yeah, look it up.
Put it on the steak when it's done.
Whatever. But people were trying to get all sorts of freebies.
Yeah. So there was also, wasn't just the president, obviously, that was decided. It has been, here are some of the local results that are coming through. Not all of them are in yet, but the main one, perhaps most importantly, locally, we have a new DA. I don't think it's been official, but it's pretty... it's not close. George Gascon will likely lose his job. He's been highly criticized for being way too soft on crime. I think the whole Menendez brothers things was like a last ditch, like, hey, I'm the cool guy, remember? Mm-hmm. But it seems that he's going to lose his job. And, that was it's not a close vote. I mean, Nathan Hodgman has 61% of the vote right now. And then the rent control expansion seems like that's not going to pass, but the drug and theft crime penalties, Proposition 36, has 70% yes. So that's the other one that people are just really fed up with is that, okay, if I steal X amount of dollars worth of stuff, it's just a misdemeanor and I can just kind of slap on the wrist, get back to it.
I think the number was like 950. Anything under 950, they were just going, no big deal. And now they're saying, let's go ahead and bring a little order back to this city. A little bit.
Yeah. And then just, if you're feeling sad about things, if you're, a Democrat that's feeling sad this morning, maybe you've cut people out of your life because of the way they voted. And I just wanted to share some good news. If you don't have any friends, according to a new study, that means you're going to live longer. And that the less friends you have, the more protected you are against disease.
So there you go.
See?
Because your friends are riddled with germs.
Glass half full situation. If you've had to cut people out of your life, it's going to help you live longer, according to a new study.
So you got that going for you as we kick off your Wednesday morning. You're more than welcome to join us on KROQ YouTube. It's KROQ.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Doing more better. It's one of the many mantras of the show. One of these days we'll do more better. In the meantime, here we are together again on KROQ. Good morning, and how the hell goes it? We are Klein Alley Show. Pleasure to meet you. Some of you looking at us for the very first time as we are live streaming this morning on Twitch and YouTube, etc. And OnlyFans, I believe, as well. So, Allie, lose them pants. Let's go.
Why do I have to lose the pants? No one can even see that.
That's why. We figured it would hurt us the least.
And then we're going to auction off the chair at the end of the show.
That's right.
No, we're just going to burn it.
Also correct. I'm Klein. There's Allie. That's DJ Omar Khan, the audio sniper. In the back, you got Jigs and Nerd.
What's up?
Postmaster Johnny and Vanessa taking your calls at 800-520-1067 this hour. Petty Claims Court. A relationship is fighting about something that is super petty, although pretty significant because it's led to quite a few arguments. And as a result, you will turn into a jury of their peers and determine who's right, who's wrong, and should they stay together or break up forever. That is some serious power.
We should be the ones to decide.
I think we should. Yesterday, we received a very alarming call from a regular on the show by the name of Pantyhose Greg, and he did threaten that he was done with our show and hated all of us. And I want you to hear this because he did call back today, and I want you to guess, based on his message yesterday, if his call today was positive or negative. So this was the call we received yesterday.
You. F*** you, Klein. F*** you, Allie. All you motherfuckers. I'm done. Cheapskate f***ers. Should be hiring my ass.
So that was yesterday. He called back today. Do you think this is going to be the same angry, sober Pantyhose Greg that called yesterday and said, F us all, he's done? Or do you think this is going to be the fun, jovial, happy Pantyhose Greg?
I think he met some people in the parking lot that were smoking weed, and he is off the wagon and happy.
Okay, so you think that all of his anger came from the fact that he was sober for one day. Well, let's find out. This is the message this morning from Pantyhose Greg.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, and you've tuned into the Klein and Alley Show. We've got a new president, Donald Trump. Anyways, you know,
So I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know how to
I
make
love that reaction.
Yeah, it's.
I don't really know who he's for.
I don't think he remembers even leaving the angry message against us because he kind of went right back to his old tricks, which is just announcing the show.
Woohoo! He doesn't remember.
That's good. We'll go with the short-term memory. We are KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Happy Wednesday. How you feeling this morning? It's KROQ. We are a Klein Alley show. As always, you can find us here on KROQ at 106.7. There's a podcast that goes with the show. And for the time being, it's a limited release. You can enjoy us live streaming on YouTube and Twitch.
I know that there's a lot to talk about this morning with the new president and the local election, etc. But I wanted to bring another possibly equally important cause to the case,
Go ahead.
to the people.
Go ahead.
And that is the question of instruction manuals. Do we still need them or not? Have they become completely useless, or do you still rely on a manual when you are trying to build or put together anything? I know that as a people, we have become a nation of ADD patients.
Yep.
We don't really have the attention span to follow anything, especially if an instruction manual is more than like 3 steps. I think we're just kind of out. But I have put together many things over the past month, and some of them high, some of them sober. I think that instruction manuals have gotten so bad to the point where if I don't have a corresponding video, I give up completely or just try and figure it out on my own.
I will also attempt to find a YouTube video that has someone else
demonstrating all the steps, right? Somebody who read the manual and followed it and was able to successfully complete the project.
Or better yet, someone that says, look, they're going to tell you to do steps 1 through 47, but really all you got to do is these 2 steps and this one at the end.
Well, that's the problem.
What are you building, Klein? 'Cause I could see Allie building a bunch of stuff. I don't see you building anything,
I've attempted to build, all of them unsuccessfully, but I've attempted to build recently a bicycle. I've attempted to build a dollhouse.
Bicycle? That's like so basic.
No.
You definitely don't need a manual to build a bike.
There's like
2 wheels.
It's 2 wheels.
There's handlebars. There's a bell.
Oh my God! You don't know where the handlebars go?
Where's the bell go?
There's decals. You got to put the stickers on the part of it.
Oh my God!
Anyway, it didn't turn out well. Got that wrong.
But I would imagine somebody like you would open a manual and then go,
well,
I can figure this out. You know, sometimes you can lay all the parts out and be like, all right, I'm not an idiot. I know this part goes in this part. I just don't know necessarily what order, but it's like a little fun puzzle for you to put together.
But I don't say I'm not an idiot. I know going into it I'm an idiot. And whoever draws the stupid pictures that go in the manuals, they should all be shot.
Whoever does that sucks.
Because they're not doing it in a way to make things easy. You got to like hold it upside down or turn it sideways. It doesn't even look like the stuff. I mean,
I hate when the screws, like, you know, in box number 1 and in step number 4, look like the same screws, but they're not.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What are you doing? Make one longer in the drawing.
Exactly.
Right. Or make one blue. Or there's a million ways to make this an easier
Simpler.
process. And
then
yes,
even the arrows going from the screw to the hole are not like it's confusing.
These people must sit around in whatever manual shop they all work in and just like laugh and be like, hold on, let me add an arrow. This will really F them up.
I'm just going to make the screw drawing really tiny.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's just go ahead and put this in a, and then just put some random, sometimes they just do like random like squiggle lines. And I'm like, is that screwing?
Yes.
Is that twisting?
Dude, the recent project I did, it had some really detailed squiggle lines. And I was like, what is this hieroglyph? Like, just do like Wayfair and IKEA. It's like, here's piece A. Here's piece B.
I like it when they really dumb it down.
And I'll put stickers all over the piece of furniture to let you know this is piece number A.
That's how you can tell
letter A.
you've got good high-quality furniture in place if there's stickers of alphabets all over it as you're sitting on it.
But I think the other problem is that all of the manual writers were guilted into all the safety crap
that's
that they have
legal
to
stuff.
say.
They got to do
so
all
then
that.
there's like pages of safety crap, and then there's even like before you start putting all this together, wash your hands, turn off the power, do this, do that, and you're like, oh my God, just get to the point. What do I have to actually do?
Nothing makes me happier than the steps that are fully skippable, like when they say, and now here's how you can secure it to the wall for an earthquake.
I know, with those like brackets. I'm like, let's throw these brackets away.
Oh, these could save your life? All right, well, trash.
If we could just trim the fat a little bit and just make the pictures better. And even the terminology they use, they're like, and then insert this, and it's like they use the terminology that a contractor would use. And I'm like, I am not a contractor. Just say the big piece into the small piece.
They have to really
the
dumb
one
it
with
down.
the funny hole and the other one with the funny hole.
But do you really not use the manual at all? Like, for me, I'm a manual guy. I have to use it. I have to go back to it or whatever, because there's nothing more frustrating than doing something and having to go back a step and unscrew something. I want to make sure I don't go through that frustration, because I've done that time and time again. So
I had to construct a fan and then deconstruct the entire thing because I missed a crucial step.
You waste so much time.
Yes, and then at the end, I realized there was a video.
No.
that pointed out
Where's the
a
manual?
bunch of things that I had actually missed. I had so many screws left over, but the fan's working.
See, everyone's got to have a guy like Omar in their life where they just call to ask a couple of like questions and hope that the person like Omar will go, you know what's just easier? Let me just come over and bring my drill and do it. Because
especially like a ceiling fan, I've done that. I mean, probably 20 times. I've installed 20 different fans, so I could do that with no problem.
Right,
without
but
a manual.
regardless, you sit down and have a read of the manual.
A once
you
over,
will just,
for sure.
Yes,
Once over.
You'll read the entire manual.
mine are sealed. I don't even open them at this point.
my God.
Completely sealed. Send them right on back. Right back to the manual makers. We take a quick break. We're back in a second. We got a couple we're going to meet. They are apparently at the brink of breakup, and you will decide do they stay together or break up forever. Petty Claims Court. Officially, this is your summons. You'll be on jury duty with us, and we'll do it next on KROQ. ahead of ourselves, but tomorrow right around this time, 7:30 sharp on Thursday morning, all the details you've been waiting for, the greatest holiday tradition ever, KROQ's 33rd annual Almost Acoustic Christmas. You know the date, you know the location, but you don't know much else. And between now and then, sure, you'll look around, you'll try to find leaks, and maybe there's been a lot of speculation, guesses. In fact, I'll even say in some of the comments, some people have made some accurate predictions, but every detail, every band, everything you need to know will be happening tomorrow right here on KROQ at 7:30. So get ready for that. All right, there's a couple on the phone right now. They are going through something. I don't know how serious it is because it all comes down to the petty claims court and who's right and who's wrong. So let's officially meet the couple, and you will instantly turn into a jury. It's a lot more fun to judge other couples than your own. So here we go.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is petty claims court.
Gonna meet Tony and Nanny. If I'm getting any of those names right.
Did you say Manny or Nanny?
Nanny. Hey, Nanny, welcome to KROQ. Good morning. How goes it?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Sweet divots to you. Thank you for turning to Petty Claims Court to try to solve your relationship. You understand in a few moments we're going to hear from you. We're going to hear from your, is it boyfriend or husband?
My boyfriend.
Okay, going to hear from your boyfriend. You guys will make your arguments, and then a jury of listeners, peers, will determine who's right, who's wrong, and the rulings here are final. So this could backfire on you. It's happened before, but interested to hear why you've brought your boyfriend to Petty Claims Court. What's going on?
Yes. Okay. So my boyfriend has this habit of spoiling movies. So when it's time to like choose something out, he's like, "Oh, do you want to watch this?" And sometimes I'm like, "Yeah, maybe." And he's like, "Okay, well, it's about this." And I'm like, "No, don't tell me. Don't tell me what it is."
Wait, is he spoiling the end, or he's just giving you the premise?
He thinks he's giving me the premise, but I think he's spoiling it for me. I don't want to know anything.
You don't want to know one thing about a show or a movie before you start?
I agree with her. Going in blind and deaf.
Oh my God, I want to know what I'm in for. Are you kidding?
I love
There's
going.
too much to choose from.
Nah, but sometimes you go in with no knowledge, and it's kind of it's a lot more exciting than when you. I mean, yeah, sure, you see a picture and maybe read a 2-sentence description. I guess.
All I want is like, son goes missing. I'm like, great, I'm in. You know?
Well, yeah, you can see that on a trailer. That's okay, but I feel like he gives me more detail than that, and I don't like that.
Like he'll say things like, it's a good movie in the end you'll never see coming. It's crazy who did it. And you're like, wait, what? Now you've just given me some, like it's they plant seeds that ruin the experience.
It.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I do believe that there is a etiquette to watching a show or a movie with your significant other, and some of that is being on the same page, and some of that is one person not going to their phone and completely tuning out for 30 minutes. Now you got to catch them up on what they missed.
Yes.
There's a lot of rules that go with it.
And then you watch them, and you're like, "Are you watching?
Right?
Are you watching
It's a lot.
What just happened?
Right? Who's that?"
Yeah.
It becomes a quiz. All right, so you think that and Tony does this and has done this for a while now. Like, this is something you noticed as kind of an early ick in the relationship. Like, man, it's really annoying when we watch shows together because he'll kind of always let me know what's about to happen.
Yeah, it's just not fun. You know what I mean? Like, I expect it now.
All right,
and it's not fun.
let's bring Tony on. Let him defend himself. Hold on. Tony, welcome to Petty Claims Court on KROQ. Your girlfriend of how long you guys been together?
2 years.
2 years now.
2 years. I was going to let Tony spoil that for us. And Tony, you have been accused of spoiling all movies and TV shows you watch together. How do you feel about this claim against you?
I don't know how I feel about this. Well, I feel she's wrong, first off, but...
Why do you think she's wrong?
Because I'm not spoiling it. I'm kind of just giving her little details about, or it's basically stuff you can see in the trailer that I'm telling her about. And she left out
they're more specific.
Like, for example, if it was Breaking Bad, right, a show that so many people have seen, would you say, well, there's this guy, Walter White, he's a chemistry teacher, but then he becomes a huge drug dealer? Is that something you reveal? Okay, so you would go into that much detail.
Yeah.
And how do you have so much intel? Like, are you pre-watching the stuff that you guys watch together? Because it sounds like you're the one choosing what to watch. Are you giving her stuff that you've already seen that you know is good?
No, she's leaving out the fact that the stuff she's talking about, the movies or shows that we're watching, are like 2 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old.
Right.
I feel like that doesn't matter.
Well, they're new to her.
spoil
I mean,
anything.
it's really annoying. My wife will do this thing where we're about to watch this. We finally agree on a show, which is like a effing miracle. And then she'll be like, oh, this was released in 2012. And I'll be like, what's the matter? We've never seen it. She goes, nah, it's going to feel really old. I'm like, what?
What do you mean it's going to feel old?
She's like, got to find something else. I'm like, why? Good concept.
Twist the numbers, 2021. There you go.
Good
It's more
premise.
recent.
So you're saying that, Tony, every time she accuses you of doing this, it's a show that's been around for a while, and as a result, whatever that buffer zone of
You
spoil.
feel like you're allowed to spoil.
Well, not spoil, but just give her kind of like what's going on with it, I
Now,
guess.
say if there's a show that you have seen the whole show and you're watching it together and something crazy is about to happen. Are you hinting that a big plot twist is coming up? Like, are you giving context within the episodes as well?
No, but I tend to make fun of because I know it's going to happen, so I'll laugh, pre-laugh at it. And then,
So then I'm like, oh, what's going on? He's like, are you watching? Are you watching? Can I tell you?
He's pre-laughing at a thing that's about to happen. Yeah, there is something.
Or you do that thing where you're like, what do you think's about to happen?
Yeah.
Something's about to happen.
Or pay attention. This part's really. It is.
Yeah.
There is something. I can't put my finger on it, but there is something annoying knowing that you guys are not exactly at the same place.
You're kind of micromanaging their viewing experience.
Yes.
And there is something as show incompatibility.
And has there been a moment that you can remember, Nanny, where the two of you actually both did watch a show fresh? Like it was first for both of you and he didn't have that power to kind of spoil, so you were exactly in tandem for the entire watching experience?
Yeah, it was actually Breaking Bad, and it wasn't too long ago.
And that was a good time, right? Because the two of you, neither of you knew what was going on, and you were everything was surprising to both of you at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah, people just like that shared experience, and I think when someone
I will fully watch something over again with somebody who hasn't seen it. For some reason, if I've enjoyed it a lot, I want the other person to be enjoying it while I already know what's coming.
Yeah, but are you watching the show or are you watching the person for their reaction? Because that's also
I'm watching the
annoying,
show,
too.
but I'm also excited that they're watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, I have a situation at home where my wife is constantly trying to predict what happens next.
Oh, that's terrible, too.
Which is also terrible.
Yeah.
Because then she's just asking a bunch of questions, and a lot of the time I've not seen the show. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what happens.
What is the biggest and most egregious spoil that Tony has done? I need a specific example before we can actually turn this into closing arguments and then let the voting begin on the text line. Like, was there a specific one where early, within the first few minutes, he's like, by the way, keep an eye on her. She's the killer?
I think this past weekend we tried to watch House because he's watched it before.
This show is so old.
I love that show.
All right, Dr. House, that's great. Go ahead.
Dr.
I don't
just
hate
finished ER.
That's fine. They're on House now. Go ahead. And what happened?
So he's just a very, the doctor's a very a-hole, and he's a drug addict. I'm like, okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah, right. but that is just basic information.
Yeah, but some of it you want to discover as the show unveils it. I mean, it's just the fact she's going into it now knowing that he is almost like he feels maybe better than her in some way. Is it not useful to have him? Because there are times when you watch a show and you get confused about something, right? A plot point or who's that person, or is he not a good resource to have there? Because it feels like he does have the answers to a lot of stuff.
I feel like sometimes he's like, oh, I know more than you.
Yeah.
It comes out that way.
Right. So it's that thing you don't like.
909 said that they experience this with their husband in a different way. When we go to see shows, my husband will look up the set list. And so he knows what song is going to play next by the artist and will tell me they're going to play this song next, and it ruins the concert experiment.
I agree. There's something about that.
Yeah.
But for this guy, he wants to know. And my wife will do the same. We go to a new restaurant we've never been to before, and I'm excited to go for let's find out. And she's already got Yelp reviews pulled up. Let's not get this. Everyone says this is good. I like going
There's no
in.
spontaneity anymore with anything.
I like the unaware of the whole thing. All right, well, 10 seconds.
said, I like to know what's going to happen, and my husband will not tell me even if he knows. He wants to be surprised by everything, and I hate it. So there's the person who wants to know and the person who wants to remain
Look, regardless of how you
completely
feel,
aloof.
it's very relatable. People trying to be compatible on show watching. It's so many different things from where you want to watch the show. We've had a petty claims court in the past where the guy liked to watch in the bed, the woman liked to watch on the couch. You got to find the right show that you can both agree on. It's got to be the thing that you both to find. The odds are like 1 in a million, I think, these days to find something that both of you haven't seen, that both of you care about,
in a way you both like to watch it,
and that both of you are equally into it. Because it's so easy for someone to stay into it and the other person to pull out pretty quickly and be like, "That's it, I'm back on scroll."
Yeah, 818 said, I bet watching M. Night Shyamalan movies for this couple is just torturous.
Oh, right away. Like the beach makes them old. It's the beach.
714 said, great, you just ruined House for me.
Now you've ruined House for our listeners.
Thanks for the beach for me.
All right, let's get to it. 10 seconds, closing arguments, and then we will officially turn this into your jury. We'll determine who's right and who's wrong. We're talking to Nanny. We're talking to Tony. Nanny brought her boyfriend, Tony, of 2 years to petty claims court because she says he spoils every single viewing experience they have together. Tony, we will give you the first 10 seconds of closing arguments before we give it to your girlfriend to wrap it up. So what do you say to defend yourself in 10 seconds? Go ahead.
So I feel like it's not my responsibility to know what she's watched or not tell her, especially when the shows are super old, or have to give her more details about something because she'll end up on her phone after 20 minutes and be like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Whoa.
That is
Bombshell.
a bombshell.
Bombshell
What
evidence.
a plot twist here. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. You spoil that for us, Tony. All right, Nanny, you can defend that. You have 10 seconds. Whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Okay, so I like the spontaneous about me watching the show. I think it's just common courtesy not to spoil it to anybody, no matter what it is, no matter how long it's been. It's just common courtesy, and yeah.
And care to comment about the being on your phone during the show?
Look, I'm pretty open to watching anything, any genre, but yeah, there's sometimes that I get lost and I get on my phone, but then I get back on track.
Yeah, right.
I get
Okay.
lost.
10 seconds. All right, here we go. First 100 votes will determine who wins and who loses. The text line is 800-520-1067. You voting for Nanny, you voting for Tony. Let us know. Verdict next. KROQ. active jury this morning on the text line. It's KROQ. We are Klein Alley Show in the middle of a petty claims court, about to get to the exciting verdict. The ruling will be final. We picked Tony and Nanny. Nanny's accusing Tony of spoiling all movies and TV shows they watch because he apparently likes to let her know what's happening while she tunes out and goes on her phone. Meanwhile, Allie, we got so many people that reached out to us this past week on Instagram that wanted to be on petty claims court. Let me give you some of the people we did not pick up. My boyfriend will sniff his upper lip and chew the hairs on his beard. I find it disgusting. He leaves trash all around the house, doesn't return mugs or Tupperware that he brings to work with him. My wife will leave the water running while she brushes her teeth and get distracted and leave the room, and sometimes it will be on forever.
Definitely can relate to that one.
Girlfriend eats shrooms and then says that she left me some, but it's not even enough to trip. Leaves the wet towel on my side of the bed after the shower. So I have
I've done that.
Musty, and there's just, will eat food and leaves the dirty plates right next to the sink instead of actually putting them in the sink.
Just give them a rinse.
There's a lot of reasons why people are having petty fights, and we can only solve one of them each and every week. So let's get to the conclusion of this petty claims court.
In the legal system, cases are tried from Supreme Courts to small claims court. But what about stuff that's too small for small claims court? This is petty claims court.
All right, Tony, Nanny, you've been a very fun couple to talk to. I wish you both the best. Unfortunately, like in all relationships, there must be a winner and a loser. So let's get to the official ruling. Allie's going to read some of the thoughts on the text line, and then we will announce who wins and who loses.
Look, a lot of people were on your side, Nanny, but then, when they learned about you being on your phone, that really was kind of a plot twist that swayed people. 805 said, I am on his side. You can't spoil a movie that is 5 years old or more. That's just ridiculous. 310, if Tony wins this, it's not his fault they don't make shows or movies harder to predict. So I hate to say it, but it is a themed morning. The woman loses.
Whoa. Unexpected. Look at that.
What a nail biter.
The red wave rolling through petty claims court. Tony, congratulations.
What are you going to do on day one, Tony?
You have beaten your girlfriend. She accused you. She brought you here. And by the way, I think one of the best arguments I saw on the text line was someone said that in any relationship, someone does have to become almost like the pace car for shows to keep the other person aware of updates and changes, and that's a flashback. And it's usually the person that's just more invested in the show, but it is their job, or else one of the people will be completely lost, and then you're just kind of sitting on a couch scrolling side by side.
If there's something that's a confusing show or movie and somebody else can fill in the blanks for me so I don't have to try so hard, I like that.
The ruling is as follows. Tony wins this one, so once a week, Nanny, you get to pick a show of your choosing. Tony has no say over it, and if he's seen it or not, he'll just sit there and say nothing, put some mouth tape on, and you can experience that. But for the most part, Tony, you can continue doing what you do because the jury ruled in your favor, so congratulations.
Thank you. I'm glad I can lay this to rest.
Yeah, have fun watching The Sopranos.
Yep, that'll be great. Yeah, The Wire. He'll have a lot to say about The Wire. Trust me, everyone does. Hold on 1 second. There they go. A lot of fun stuff right there. All right, well, that was exciting, exhilarating moment. We'll give you this, and then we'll get back into the show with your Kings tickets after Bad Omens.
I'm not afraid.
Everyone loves announcements, especially festival announcements, concert announcements. Less than 24 hours, you'll have all the details you've been waiting for. KROQ's 33rd annual Almost Acoustic Christmas, and legally we cannot tell you any of the bands that will be there, but the lawyers did not tell us we can't tell you the bands that will not be there. So through process of elimination, if you just pay attention to the rest of today's show, you'll already go into tomorrow being like, I think I figured out the lineup, which we will announce at 7:30 a.m. on KROQ tomorrow. And well, let's go ahead and give you a band that unfortunately will not be on the lineup.
KROQ.
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not be there.
No, Mr. Bombastic.
Oh, yeah, they call me Mr. Bombastic.
Yeah.
Oh, man, now I'm
Doesn't
sad
matter.
he's not going to be there.
So bummed out. So that's just
Thinking Mr. Roll.
one of the bands that will. You want another band that won't be there?
I want more Shaggy.
KROQ.
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not be there.
Oh, I hope it's not one of the ones I love. Please
Come
please
on.
don't be a band I love. Please, 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 please.
KROQ.
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not.
Anyway, Celine Dion will not be there. If you want the
that
actual
made me
lineup,
sad.
you'll get it tomorrow morning, less than 24 hours from right now, right here on KROQ. Quick break, back with your news and more next. News to wake up to this morning is that we are currently not only on KROQ, but you can watch the show as we are streaming live on YouTube today. It's an experiment. See how you like it. It's a lot of mixed reactions and people getting in on the comments because there's a whole message board there where people are interacting with each other as the show continues. Go to KROQ's YouTube page and you can watch the show live or listen right here on KROQ. Right now, though, your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News with Hot Alley. Wait a minute, this must be a typo. Just let me fix this. Okay, take two. It's time for your ADD News with Snot Alley. There, that's better.
All right, well, Trump has won another presidency. If you're keeping track, it turns out Trump is very good at beating women in elections. He did it with Hillary Clinton, though he did lose the popular vote. In this case, it was a sweeping victory for him. And if you're disappointed, we are not currently celebrating our first female president. No, we are celebrating a first today. We have elected our first convicted felon ever into office as president.
Hey,
and he has
look at that.
essentially solved his legal problems by getting elected. And he's also the second president ever to win re-election after losing re-election. He also gave a victory speech yesterday. Harris has not spoken yet. She's expected to give her loser speech today at some point. And just a trigger warning for everyone who hates the sound of Donald Trump's voice. I know there are a lot of people who are supporters out there, but a lot of people don't like his voice. I'm just letting you know I'm about to play it. This is some of what he said at his victory speech last night.
We're going to fix everything about our country. And it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Man, oh, man.
I mean, you have to laugh a little bit, right?
Oh, God.
Look what happened. This is crazy.
Sometimes, you go like, man, now I got to really work. Like, I know that, from what I know about Trump and from people that know him personally, he loves, obviously, being the center of attention. He loves...
Not having legal problems.
Loves popularity, loves all of that stuff so much.
Shoes.
Let me get my shoes.
Loves shoes.
He loves shoes. Big shoes.
So, for him to win and to, win the vote for his ego is
Oh, my
great.
God, amazing.
Then
Right.
there's that moment where you can actually hear it hit. I'm like, all right, now...
Like, I didn't think this was going to happen.
Now there's a lot of work that's got to get done. And that's where all
But
of a
he
sudden...
said, Klein, he's going to fix everything.
I know, fix everything. I get it.
I mean,
Yeah,
this is-
what's his plan?
Just so yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan.
Concepts of a plan.
We're going to fix everything.
Got until January, whatever.
I can't believe he doesn't drink.
I know.
That's the part that's shocking right there because, I mean...
He
that's-
sounds wasted.
It sounds... that's exhaustion
But also
right there.
that's
Right,
exactly.
it's been nonstop.
Who knows
and
how
this
long
and
he's
that.
been up, yeah.
I mean, that's how you'd sound after going on just one Joe Rogan podcast. I mean, I would imagine, let alone all the weeks and weeks of the campaigning. But boy, it takes a toll.
That's why I'm not impressed, but I'm surprised that somebody would go off prompter as much as he does, because if you have to speak that much, wouldn't you just be like, someone write it for me? I don't want to just, I don't have anything to say
the
anymore.
guys at Saturday Night Live said that he can't
follow a
he
prompter.
can't follow the prompter. He just can't do it. It's hard for him to read. So as a
Is it
result,
about reading,
I think
or is it about, I don't feel like saying this right now?
it's all
But we don't want him to follow prompter because then we wouldn't get gyms like this.
They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
Hell yeah, 4 more years of this.
Yeah,
I
baby.
love it.
The prompter said they are not eating the cats.
right. No one's writing that stuff. He's going rogue.
So you've likely seen a lot of maps in your feed this morning, and some are election-based and others are weather-related, because we have a red flag warning locally. I guess the red wave is everywhere. Up to 100-mile-an-hour winds are expected today, possibly through Friday, and it's also super dry, so, be careful when you light things outside. The last thing we need right now is another wildfire. I don't know about you, but the wind woke me up several times last night, and I also didn't realize that these really strong winds were happening on our trash day. So I woke up to tons of trash in my yard from other people, and I was like, man, people were really partying from the election last night. What happened?
You're trash now.
This is crazy. All right, if you want something simple to make you feel good today, Mookie Betts will be signing autographs at Dick's in Glendale. Hey, if you want to sprinkle a little bit of blue into your day, he will be there between 6 and 7 to take pictures with fans And he'll be signing autographs, as I said, and they will distribute wristbands to the first 150 people at the location on a first-come, first-served basis beginning at 9 a.m. I assume lots of people are already lined up.
I remember growing up, whenever there was an opportunity to meet like an athlete, and it would be one of these things, they're going to be at a mall doing something, and I was like so excited. I had to convince my parents this is going to be the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
I've never gone
We
to
would
one
get
of those.
there, and I would always be like, oh, they stopped handing out wristbands. You are not even in the waiting. They would have like the wristband people, then they would have all of the...
Like, plus, if they have extra time.
Yeah,
people.
like, right, exactly. Like, we'll keep another 100 on standby in case, and then they were like, and now you can just leave the mall. So many different times I was excited to be like, oh my God, I'm going to go meet quarterback for the Doug Williams, Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Washington Redskins. And then I get there and they're like, sorry, sir, there's 7,000 people in front of you.
But hey, you're making up for lost time. You have signatures from Quincy Jones and other people.
Yeah, but that's not the same. I mean, I'm just saying, I would imagine.
It's not the same when it's not at a mall.
I want to go see Mookie Betts at a Dick's. That's living right there. We get into a brand new hour of the show next. The great Whitney Cummings returns to KROQ. Determine which one of us is a worse parent and so much more happening right here on a Wednesday on the World Famous KROQ.
Ever got fired, except for you, Omar. You can go kick rocks. You're rotten. A monster.
And as everybody knows, pickleball rocks.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Hey, Vanessa, try to call Whitney again. She was just texting me because she's going to join us this hour. Whitney Cummings will be on. And she's trying to figure out how to join us on the video portion of the show. Because today, a big day, not just for this radio show, but you can also see what we look like. And no one has really demanded that. It's not one of those things where people said we want to see what you look like, because
The live feed no one asked for.
No one asked for it, but you're getting it anyway, and you were getting little clips, and people said that they would like to watch it live while they're at work or while they're going to work or whatever. So here we are live on YouTube today on the KROQ's YouTube page. It's a work in progress. We're still trying to figure out some of the stuff. We'll make this better over... If we keep doing it, we'll make it better over time, and we'll keep doing it if you keep watching. And, of course, still love it when you listen to us on KROQ. That matters the most, 106.7. Tomorrow morning, big announcement, 7:30. The announcement you've been waiting for, KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. We cannot tell you which bands will be there until tomorrow, but we can tell you bands that will not be there.
KROQ
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not be there.
Fruit salad. Yummy, yummy.
The Wiggles.
Fruit salad.
God damn it.
Yummy, yummy.
Damn, I wanted to see them for free.
Can't get the Wiggles?
Yummy, yummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Fruit salad. Let's make some fruit salad today.
I didn't even know there was another verse to that song. Anyway,
That guy's got some pipes.
that band will not be there. So with process of elimination, just keep listening, and you'll try to figure out the lineup by tomorrow at 7:30 when we will unveil all the details right here on KROQ. This hour, assuming we can figure it out, the great Whitney Cummings will be joining us. She's got a show upcoming in Anaheim. I think she's going to be there this Saturday. So we'll talk about that. And she will determine, Allie, between you and I, based on real things that we've both done as parents, which one of us is the most unfit parent. Real stories.
Oh, my God, it'll be me.
Oh, I don't know. I was looking over the list that's been put together. These are all a lot of these stories we've told on the air before, but Vanessa's put together a big list of all of the big fails we've had as parents. Some of my moments are pretty bad.
What will make Vanessa want to be a parent less than reading all of the things that you and I have done to her?
Hey,
Shut up!
that's my...
God damn it!
Yeah.
I want to go. Peace.
All right, kids, calm down.
Those are your kids.
I stand corrected. You win.
Yeah, well, Whitney will determine, so we'll get to that coming up later this hour. And also some bamboozles going on. Scams aplenty. If you need us, the interaction is easy on the show. 800-520-1067 to join us. You can call, you can text.
The guys at KROQ and the girls at KROQ are so stupid.
Well, she's wrong, not wrong there, right?
I don't practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal.
and Allie Show. Tomorrow, all the details. Today, you can watch the show. And we'll be doing this again tomorrow, apparently. So, someone's asking on the text line that just checked out our stream on YouTube, did we not know we were going to be live today? It seems like you guys put zero effort into your appearance today. That is correct.
Get used to it.
This is zero effort, but also maximum effort at the exact same time.
We have clothes on.
That's something.
Not pajamas.
No gel, no makeup.
I have makeup on.
You sure?
I think Allie's wearing sweats.
I'm wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt.
Stained.
Fancy.
So this is us.
This isn't stained.
This is us. So sorry, and that's kind of the thing about this show in general. Do more, better, right? Sure, but you're getting us, the good, the bad, and the stained.
I don't have a damn stain.
Well,
that's supposed to be there. I'm saving it.
Audience will determine.
That's lunch.
Do you have a flex meal, Klein? I'm not saying something that you buy like ready-made, something that you can make at home. That's impressive.
I've got like two things that I feel pretty good about.
What are your things?
Well,
because I feel like everyone has one flex meal, even if you're not somebody who cooks often.
Yeah.
Like even if you can make a grilled cheese, like I have a friend who doesn't cook. He sucks at it, but he's like, I can make a bomb grilled cheese. And if it's like, a girl coming over to his house for the first time, and it's like, I'm going to make you the best grilled cheese ever. Like that's your flex meal.
Yeah, and that one's not hard. It's a good one to learn on because it's really hard to mess that up. But to do it great, to go next level with it, I think everyone should have one thing, even just, for seducing people, obviously, because I think everyone's like, oh man, they can cook. But
just impressing anybody.
Yeah, I do a decent bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I focus on that.
Really? So what is your like bread choice and all that stuff?
Just crisp it up real well. Bread, go sourdough, something like that. Wow. Sometimes potato rolls if I got them. Those things mold up real quick, unfortunately. But I mean, if I'm really planning ahead, a lot of times what I have to do is I have to just take random things that are just there and try to build something.
Yeah.
That's the hardest
part. Which is a cool challenge, though.
Right. It's like, all right, what can I do here? I've got 2 frozen taquitos, and then I've got, a jar of this and that, and I got to try to figure out a way to make something from it. But I think everyone should have...
It's cool to have a breakfast flex meal.
Yeah, because me, I'm a breakfast all day kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the clock.
But like next morning after sex or something, you're like, I'm going to make you the best bacon, egg, and cheese of your life.
Ever.
And that's great because then they leave on a good note.
Also, that's one of those meals where it's great because it smells better. It smells good going in. Like even the process of it being made makes you want it that much more.
It's satisfying.
And I don't think it's, once again, not a hard thing to do, but to do it well and consistently. And then people are like, wow, that's the best bacon, egg, and cheese I ever had. It's like, it's not really my work. It's the bacon. Thank the pig that gave its life for this delicious sandwich.
I had like 1 or 2 things that I was good at making, and they were taught to me by my mother. One of them is a chicken and broccoli casserole, and the other one is white people tacos. But white people
tacos are embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Legendary.
They're not legendary. You put a
legendary white people tacos.
You have a lot of stuff on the platter, but there's nothing about it that looks good. Like no one's going like, man, that looks delicious. Like,
I think it looks good.
No, it does not.
I made a big white people taco. Well, it was basically a giant white people burrito for Jake, and you liked it.
Yeah, I ate it.
Yeah.
Jake is a terrible gauge.
And he loved the Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, didn't you, Jake?
That part I didn't really care for. But I still eat it.
But when my mom came to visit last time, I decided to make this. I have another salmon dish that I make that has like bok choy and all this stuff.
It's just more taco night with Allie. Salmon, white people tacos.
It's a different white people dish.
Every night is different white people taco night at Allie's.
From the grocery store. And so I made it, and my mom was like, whoa, you made like a gourmet meal. She was like, "This is is this bok choy? I don't think I've ever had this outside of a restaurant." She was so impressed.
She's humoring you.
No. Then now she's back in town because she's helping us out with our kid this week.
The throat goat's in town?
Yeah, I picked her up from the airport yesterday. You could feel it in the wind.
That wind was blowing strong.
The winds have changed.
There was something blowing strong last night. I knew it.
That was the throat goat.
Yeah. She's blowing in. It's like Mary Poppins. And I was like, dude, the pressure's on. So I made like fried chicken with this really yummy mushroom sauce. I made homemade French fries.
Chicken's a lot of work, man.
Yeah, and it was really, really good. But now I feel like I have to keep it up. I have to build on my flex meals because like my mother now thinks I'm a good cook. Yeah. And I feel like I need to continue to impress.
And she never cooked, right? She was not a cook.
She would cook, but she cooked like 5 or 10 things that were just kind of always rotating. Yeah, and when I was growing up, it was like, it's shake and bake pork chop night.
Right.
It's taco night. It's chicken and broccoli casserole night.
So you're trying to one-up her. and she's impressed. And because
she's like, where did you learn this? You obviously didn't learn it from me.
But this all goes back to the fact that you didn't get a lot of positive reinforcement from her growing up at all. So now you're trying to make up for lost time.
Did I say that, or are you just telling me that?
No, it's true from all the stories you've told. I mean, it's pretty obvious that she gave all of her attention and love to your hot sister.
When she said, have another cigarette, that was positive reinforcement, all right?
That's right. We take a quick break. The great Whitney Cummings will be on with us after this. If you're not already enjoying the show visually, you can. We're live on the KROQ YouTube and also on the radio. Whitney on with us next. believe the great Whitney Cummings will be on our airwaves next. After some Foo Fighters, then we get you Kings tickets. It's all happening this hour right here on K-Rock. Tomorrow morning, 7:30, the big announcement. K-Rock's Almost Acoustic Christmas, the 33rd annual, if you've been keeping track. Some people like to brag and say they were at the first one, or they've been to 20, or whatever the case may be, or maybe it'll be your first one ever. It's going to be happening at the Forum on December 14th. Those are the only details we have right now. The other details you will get in less than 24 hours. Of course, we've been sharing with you some bands that will not be on the lineup, but tomorrow, if you want the bands that will be there, 7:30, be locked in with us right here on K-Rock. I am already concerned if Child Protective Services or anyone who works for Child Protective Services is listening to the show right now, because in a moment when we welcome Whitney Cummings to the show, she is a recent new mom. She's got a son that's about to turn a year, I think, in December. And as a result, it's very difficult for non-parents to judge parents. Like, it's very easy to, but no one really takes you seriously unless you have your own kids, because it's very easy to go, oh, look at those terrible parents over there just shoving iPads in front of their kids' faces at the dinner table. And it's easy for you to say when you don't have any kids. Then you have kids, you realize, wow, the power of the iPad at the dinner table is nothing better.
Well, or if you've had years of not eating a peaceful meal at a restaurant.
Right.
And you're like, oh, if I just give you this for 15 minutes, I can eat in peace and actually enjoy being out here, then, you kind of change your tune a little bit.
Allie and I have written down what we believe to be our 5 biggest parenting fails, our 5 worst moments of being a parent. Whitney, who is now a new mom, will have a chance to determine which one of us is the most unfit parent. I do not want to lose this, although as I'm looking over some of these here, I know which ones are mine, I know which ones are yours. It feels like it's stacked against me. It makes me feel like you were not totally honest with the ones that you wrote down.
Look, I have had a lot of parenting fails in the last 30 days. In my care, whenever Katie's not around, I have had an ambulance visit, an ER visit, an urgent care visit, a bloody nose situation the day before picture day, and yesterday a head injury with blood dripping all down his face. All under my supervision. Mm-hmm. And he kind of fell down a few stairs yesterday as well. That was like the lowest thing on the list.
Yeah, Allie did send us a weird, like almost therapeutic email earlier this week where she was going through some of the many issues you were having, and you said
it's been one thing after the next.
I think you almost threw in it almost sounded like you were like, does anyone want him? Like, I can't do this.
No, I just feel like an unfit parent, and maybe I would be better off as an absentee parent.
Oh yeah, you would crush it as
because
an
if I just showed up every once in a while and I was like, hey, let's play and I'll buy you stuff, and then I leave,
Look
like
at Omar.
That's kind of the best scenario. I think right now, if I'm really trying to care for him, I'm mushing my own child.
Yeah, you being there, I think a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on, well, at least I was there. In Allie's case,
no,
I think
I shouldn't be there.
You shouldn't be there.
I think me is the negative in the situation. Sad.
I'm not going to say which one of us did this, because we'll let Whitney, when she's on, she will determine. But here we go. This person let their kid vacuum their car at the car wash. They got their fingers stuck in the vacuum and have been terrified of all vacuum cleaners ever since. So that's
where we're starting off.
That's where we're starting off, and
those things are so powerful, man.
They are
so powerful.
They are the most powerful.
They will suck everything.
They really will. They will suck the hopes and dreams out of a child. So we'll find out who is the most unfit parent, and if perhaps you find parenting harder than you thought it would be, you'll probably want to hear this. Whitney Cummings, Anaheim this weekend, but on with us next on KROQ.
Let's call it even.
Wednesday morning, unlike other Wednesday mornings, because we are on KROQ and also streaming live on the YouTube. People checking in from across Southern California and actually internationally as well. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm in Long Beach, California. Thanks, you guys. Love you.
Love you, and thanks for checking out the stream. It's there until it's not, so enjoy it while you can. A limited release. Whitney Cummings is one of the funniest people on planet Earth, and I knew this long before the rest of everyone else because we went to the same high school together. And that is my biggest claim to fame. And I use it.
And I'm sorry, were you in the same year?
No, she was younger than I was. She's very young. A lot of people don't know this. Whitney Cummings is still 22.
Oh, cool.
It's amazing. She's going to be in Anaheim this weekend at the City National Grove. Tickets at WhitneyCummings.com. And if you've never seen Whitney live, listen, you've all seen the specials. You've seen a bunch of stuff she's done on TV, the roasts, etc.
She's one of those multi-hyphenated people who's just really good at a lot of different things.
Got to see her live. And I thought
it's not true for you.
Hey, I know, thank you. That's where we obviously took different things from high school because she figured it all out and I did not. Whitney, hello. Welcome back to KROQ. How are you?
Dude, I know we're old, Kevin, because you just said the YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said it's on the YouTube, like you're smoking the pot.
Yep.
At least you didn't say the YouTubes.
Yep. I did that earlier today. I caught myself this time. By the end of the show, I'll get it right.
I just had a kid, so I'm ready to get my YouTubes tied.
Yeah, you got to. I was so funny because your son is almost 1, and in a moment we're going to tell you some of our biggest parenting fails, and you can determine which one of us is a more unfit parent. But in the 1 year you've kept your kid alive, which I feel like is a real honor. It means a lot more than
keeping your kid alive for a year is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah, I don't want to mush it, but Trader Joe's Orchids, you barely get 3 weeks. But has there been close calls where you were like, man, I almost blew this one?
I got, look, our very loose immigration policy has made it so I have quite a lot of help raising my child. So I know what I'm not good at. Here's the thing about me. I'm not going to be one of those moms who's like, I'm going to do this myself. I'm doing gentle parenting and I'm sleeping in the bed with my kid. No, I see my kid like an hour a day.
Smart.
He seems great. No, he's awesome. I just watch him when he's doing things. Yeah, it's just kind of that simple.
Yeah.
Look, and I also don't over stress out. I think that when you worry so much about danger, you end up creating stress that makes us there's photos of me in drawers sleeping. I grew up white trash. I know you and I went to a fancy school. So my mom was a gold digger and she got me into this really fancy school for a while, which is how I met Kevin. But the thing with kids is teenagers do it. Crackheads do it. It's not that hard. Just keep it simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you going to do one of those big over the top first birthday parties? Because I know my kid is almost 3 now, but I remember when the first birthday was rolling around, it was all right, this is the biggest one. This is the first one. So you got to do it big. You got to get the smash cake. You got to get food trucks.
Who's it for?
It's for you, the parents, and all the family to celebrate.
It's for the friends to make them feel like you've got it all figured out. It's not even for the kid. They don't remember any of it.
I can't, look, I live in the state of California. There's nothing to celebrate, okay? I'm not going to, gender reveal parties, half of them catch on fire. I'm not going to push it, okay? We'll CGI it later. This is Chat GPT is for. He will have an amazing birthday party. I'll show him the photos that are obviously faked when he's 18. But I don't think so.
That's a great idea.
I did the same.
Photoshop a really awesome birthday, and then you didn't have to pay for it.
I didn't take my kids to Taylor Swift, but I've shown them pictures of them at Taylor Swift, and they believe they've been there.
What?
Yeah, they're these seats were great. I'm like, I know.
Wow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, okay. We tell them Santa Claus. We tell them don't talk to strangers, but let this hobo, this old dude with a long beard, in the house at night once a year.
Right.
There's a giant bunny that comes around the yard, but we're gonna go this was your first birthday. You killed it, dude.
Yeah, and Halloween, you're getting candy from strangers. There's all kinds of stuff going on. But
100%. Which, by the way, remember back in the day, ours was, do you remember this, Kevin? I don't know where you trick-or-treated back where we're from, but there was a lot of don't eat the apples. There's razor blades in them.
In the apples?
Yeah, that was the big story they would have. Yeah, that was a big one. And we lived, there was a divorce guy.
Who would be eating the apples anyway?
There was one divorce guy down the street that would give out cigarette butts and also apples.
Not even the full cigarette?
No, just butts. And his name was Gary Roush, and he was cool, but everyone said stay away from that guy's house.
blow him up.
Yeah, I think he's probably dead by now. But yeah.
Whitney, do you remember if there was a most likely to succeed or funniest in your high school and who that person was? Because I would imagine you would have gotten most likely to succeed in your high school.
Nope. I got worst driver. And I was not appreciated by our high school at all. They didn't get it. They did not get it. Okay. You know, by the way, Kevin, you know that Kate Siegel. So there's an actress named Kate Siegel. She's on Haunting of Hill House, all these big horror movies. She came on my podcast. We kind of joked that we were like high school rivals. That she was the one. She was like the theater teacher that groomed both of us. Creep, gave the exchange student AIDS.
Yeah.
No big
That all happened
deal.
in my school. Yep.
No big deal.
Yep.
Donald Trump heard about that and went, you know what? I'm sending my son there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think he went there for a year or two. I believe so, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm so unaware of what's been happening, but apparently it's a whole
Man,
thing.
you did go to a fancy
You should do
school.
a documentary. When I was there, though, they no one wanted to go there because it was a public school that had gotten shut down or something, and they reopened it as a private school. And I got thrown out of public school, so I had no choice, and it was the only private school that would, quote, take me.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, the whole thing. But, yeah, Whitney's, everything she's saying is true.
Okay, the theater teacher gave the foreign Asian exchange student AIDS. Donald Trump was like, I like the way they handle immigration.
Those are my people.
That's a good school. All right. By the way, Whitney, this weekend, if you didn't buy tickets yet, get them while you can. Anaheim, City, National Grove, WhitneyCummings.com/tour, WhitneyCummings.com, the website. We wanted to ask you, because since you're a legitimate mom now, you're allowed to judge us. We're going to tell you real stories of things that we have both done, big parenting fails. You just determine of these two scenarios, which one of us is a more unfit parent, okay?
Ooh, okay.
All right, here we go. One of these people, it's either Allie or myself, left the ER even though the kid was sick and had a fever because they didn't feel like waiting. And one of these people was too hungover one morning to make breakfast, so the kids had spoonfuls of pancake batter and cups of water to make, quote, stomach pancakes.
Okay, the first one, the fact that you even took your kid to the hospital when they had a fever, what are you doing? That's right. They're fine. Just put them in a bath. They're fine. Like, taking a kid to the hospital and giving them more weird diseases by putting them in the waiting room at the ER, you're just going to get them sicker. Also, congratulations on being a billionaire and having health insurance.
Yeah, Allie.
I like the second one.
Yeah.
The second one, the drunk person, the number one thing my night nurse told me was, drink. It's going to calm you down, and it's better for the kid for you not to be all stressed out.
Right.
Wow, I didn't realize this would make me feel like a bad parent for bringing my kid to the ER.
Yeah,
and that Klein is like a shining example.
Here's what I'm thinking. The second one is clearly Kevin.
Yeah.
He's got alcoholism. He's going to die by drinking himself to death, and that will improve the kid's life.
That's right. So it's a long play. It's a slow play. Alcohol poisoning will kill me. All right, here's one more. Whitney now has a son who's almost one. She's able to judge us. Here we go. This person let the kid vacuum the car at the car wash. Their fingers got stuck in the vacuum, and now they've been terrified of vacuum cleaners, all vacuum cleaners ever since. And the other person accidentally put on YouPorn instead of YouTube for the kids one time.
I think look, sex education is complicated.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good for a kid to see how he was, or she, or they, I don't see gender, was in California, I have to say that, to see how he's made. I mean, how old was the kid when they saw the YouPorn?
Could have been either of us, but let's just say 3.
It's also, by the way, the only job left at this point, so it's good to see, what career they're probably going to have. So the vacuum thing, cleaning a car, bad. Kids need germs. It builds up their immune system. This is why you have your kid's sick all the time, because you're vacuuming your car.
There you go, Allie. You lost both rounds here, which means you're a more unfit parent, and I'll be dead soon.
Stop trying to be a good. That's the thing with parenting. The harder you try, the worse it gets.
I know, you're right. And I've had so many strikeouts lately, and I think it's because I'm trying.
So, don't try so hard. You got to play hard to get.
Yeah,
with the kid.
you're right. You're right.
Play hard to get with your own kid.
You know what I mean? Don't try too hard. Our life expectancy is going down because our kids aren't around germs. They're in the ER all the time. It's just like, you got to let him sweat you a little bit, you know?
Yeah, I got to show him more U-porn. Or as Klein would say, the U-porn.
The U-porn. You got to watch the U-porn, kids. Hey, Whitney.
U-porn is not... Dude, YouTube is way worse than U-porn.
I agree. A bunch of Russian kids playing with dolls.
Instead of two lovers loving?
That's right. Well, not my videos, but there's more than two. Hey, but Whitney, let me ask, because I know you're going to be in Anaheim this weekend, but you've been doing your shows on the road and you've been roasting all the cities you go to. Have there been any cities that have not taken to you roasting them? I think some cities have a lot of pride and they don't like when an out-of-towner makes fun of them.
Okay, so, yeah, I always, because I've gone to these cities 7-8 times at this point because we're old and they know I'm doing it from a place of love. Oxnard. I roasted Oxnard. It was it wasn't done well. It wasn't like, you and I, how we actually write jokes, whatever. I was joking around about Oxnard just in one little video. Another comic that has always been weird with me, Heather McDonald, put it on her feed. It was like, why is Whitney attacking Oxnard, this community that's this whole thing?
Whoa.
We had to cancel the shows.
What?
I have to sit down with the mayor. The gang started showing up at the Oxnard Improv. They had to cancel. It's bad.
Wow.
It's bad.
I didn't know there was so much Oxnard pride.
Well,
dude, Oxnard. Well, here's the thing. Oxnard's awesome. Okay, Kevin knows when you're a roast joke person, you just do that. You know, Oxnard's gorgeous. I know people that are buying land in Oxnard. I don't like Santa Barbara. I think I'm trying not to curse. I didn't grow up with money. We went to a fancy school, but I'm like hillbilly, grew up without money. If I'm going to go somewhere that's fancy, it better be Mar-a-Lago, gold toilets.
Right.
Santa Barbara's like humble, old money, like Epstein. Like we're going to kind of not show off. I like gaudy. So to me, I'm like, I'm not paying $400 for a hotel room in Santa Barbara. It doesn't even have waves in the ocean. They don't even have their simulation over there. It's like old hotels. It's like old Volvos. You know how really rich people drive like old Volvos?
Yeah.
And I don't know what.
Hear them coming from
But it's like their anti-rich flex.
Right,
it's like, I'm rich, but I want to be slumming it at the beach.
Right.
If I have that kind of money, I am in a neon orange Cybertruck. Like I am, you know what I mean?
Flexing
tacky.
it.
Yeah, totally. So I'm not a Santa Barbara person, but then I go to Oxnard and I'm like, I could get a house here. This is gorgeous. It's on the beach. The people are cool. This is gorgeous. I just kind of think it's an extension of Santa Barbara. The pandemic happens. Obviously, cities, change. And then I'm selling tickets to Oxnard. I go every year to work on my new hour. Truly one of my favorite clubs. San Jose is great, too. San Diego American Comedy Co. is great down south as well. But one of my favorite clubs. And so it's like midnight. They're like, oh, can you do a quick shout out for Oxnard? Tickets went on sale that morning. So I'm like, hey, I can't even say what I said, but hey, Oxnard, why isn't this sold out? The other version of you crap hole, I'm coming to your city, just being an idiot. And I got a text from Tim Dillon saying that Oxnard shout out was so funny. And I was like, uh-oh. If comedians think this is funny, there's
not going to go well.
This is something. A bunch of comics started texting me that's hilarious. I did a video about how Tim Waltz went to China 30 times, and Joe Rogan was like, that video was hilarious. And I was like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
This is going to be a problem.
Bad.
Well, Whitney single-handedly changed the election, so thank Whitney Cummings. And you can see her at Anaheim before she gets canceled from another city. So this weekend...
No politics at the show. Don't panic.
Yeah.
Jason Ellis is with me. You guys know skate legend.
Of course.
I just added Fahim Anwar to the show, who's genius, and we always do a dance party meet and greet.
Nice.
Awesome. So go see Whitney, and Whitney, always fun to have you on KROQ, and congrats on everything.
Are you going to come?
When is it? Saturday? Let me look at the thing. Saturday the 9th.
And by the way, I'm also looking at houses down there, too. I got to get out of L.A. I can't. I'm too embarrassed that I wasn't invited to a Diddy party. I can't even show my face.
I know.
High school's worst driver is about to come to Oxnard.
All right, get ready. Get ready for the parking lot. It's going to be a real mess there when Whitney arrives. All right, we'll talk, Whitney. I'll text you after the show. Good talking to you.
Dude, thanks.
Right.
It's so good to talk to you, dude.
Right, be good. The great Whitney Cummings. We'll be right back. Quick break. KROQ.
Klein Alley Show. KROQ, the world famous KROQ. KROQ.
the very beginning.
Mornings on KROQ.
All right, we'll get to your news in just a moment. Reminder, tomorrow, big announcement, 7:30. If you've been waiting for the details about KROQ's 33rd Almost Acoustic Christmas, everything you need to know tomorrow, 7:30, right here on KROQ. Allie, what's going on in the news?
Well, of course, we'll talk about the election, but also we could potentially lose our title as car chase capital of the world thanks to a new invention.
No way. Never.
We'll see.
Pit maneuver, please. We'll get to it next, KROQ. Show. Thanks for listening, and for some of you, thanks for watching. YouTube streaming live as well up at the KROQ YouTube page. You can see what we're doing. As 714 put it, I love how you two ignore each other during the music and commercial breaks. Well, we don't ignore each other. We're busy putting together this quality show. Like this news was just put together moments ago by Allie.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Oh, look, a squirrel. Aren't you a cutie patootie? Oh, God!
All right, it seems Taylor Swift's lucky girl syndrome transfers to football teams, but not presidential candidates. Trump has won re-election 4 years after not winning re-election, and he's the first convicted felon ever to be elected president. And if you missed it, even he was surprised that he did it.
We've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
As for his plans and promises, he has said before that he will be a dictator on day one. He wants to do mass deportations. He wants to pardon all the January 6th insurrection people who were incarcerated. And we can also assume he will take care of his own legal problems. Locally, we have a new DA. Gascon is out. People were fed up with criminals not going to jail for doing bad things, and the programs that were put in place to reform criminals didn't seem to be delivering results fast enough. And then Prop 36 passed, which is the one that brings harsher penalties for theft and drug offenses. We also did solidify gay marriage again, which I didn't even realize. And then Prop 32, which is the one that would increase minimum wage to $18 an hour, seems like it will not pass.
Tell the truth. What happened yesterday?
I don't...
Allie said something off the air, and I think it's important that she says it on the air to keep us honest.
Look, I think it was a little confusing the way it was worded. I think I may have accidentally voted against gay marriage. I don't remember that one being on my ballot.
Well, your wife does it every day.
A living, breathing lesbian voted against...
Who was married, by the way.
Voted against gay marriage. And you know what? You reverse mushed it, and it passed again.
I know, I guess so.
You voted no.
What would have happened if
if you had been the deciding vote?
Yeah.
That would have been something.
I would have illegitimized my own marriage.
Oh, God. That is something.
I was like, it's solidified. I was like, really? I don't remember that one being on there. I remember voting no a lot.
I voted no. Oh, wait a minute. That's for me? Okay.
Okay.
If I had the chance, I'd vote no for straight marriage, too. Given the chance.
Abolish marriage. All right, we are the car chase capital of the world currently, but in addition to the many changes that will likely come to the police force due to this last local election, this change will already be implemented as a way to stop car chases from lasting so long and ending so violently. And I know that you love car chases, Klein, but this device actually sounds pretty badass.
Oh, no!
Reckless, dangerous, even deadly. Wild police pursuits in Southern California are nothing new.
Gotta lose control!
But Culver City PD has a new tool that they say will make it much safer to find and arrest these criminals. It's called Star Chase.
Isn't that a cool name?
Star Chase?
Star Chase. And here's how it works.
Is it a drone?
No, close.
This foam GPS tracking dart that will stick to the fender of a suspect's vehicle during a pursuit with its magnetic adhesive layer.
So you shoot a dart at them and you're like, and it
cool.
shoots a GPS tracking device so you know exactly where they're going. They can't lose you. And then they're like, okay, well, they've got me on GPS tracker. There's no way I can escape. They're going to know where I am unless I get out of the car and start running around.
All it does is track the car? I thought it was going to have some cool device where it could slowly,
I think that's
deactivate the entire car,
turn the car
like some sort of electronic pulse device.
Yeah, you would have to think we'd have the technology to do that.
Guys, this is just phase one. Okay, maybe it'll expand into a giant net next year. We don't know.
That seems pretty lame.
I also wonder how...
It's an Apple iTag they're putting on the car? That's not much. They just gave it a name. Hey, guys, they're going to laugh at us if we say iTag, so call it.
And I bet you it costs millions of dollars, too, by the way.
What a waste.
That adhesive is very expensive.
It's magnetic. It's not adhesive.
It's not glue. It's super glue.
All right. And the thing is...
Star glue.
People will change their tune a little bit, okay?
This is what the officer says before they launch it.
3, 2, 1... Go!
Star Chase.
What a letdown that is. God, Allie, what an oversell and an underdeliver. You know what? I'm happy because now I know my high-speed chases aren't going anywhere. That's great.
Look, if you have a tracking device on your car, it does up the ante a little bit because you can't lose. Yeah, you can't lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are you going to even know that? You're not going to know that.
What do you mean?
If you're in a chase and they tag you, you're not going to know you're tagged.
Yeah, but they'll just get on that foghorn and be like, you're tagged.
You've been star chased. Who cares? We get into a brand new hour of the show right now. Will it be the greatest hour of your life? Perhaps, because we got Kings tickets for you, and we will hear your horror stories of being trapped abroad as Vanessa is leaving later today to go to Colombia for what she believes is a quick 48-hour turnaround. We believe it could be a 48-month turnaround, and we will get to your stories to scare her next.
Klein Alley Show.
Oh, man, I used to listen to the Woody Show like a year ago until a friend told me about KROQ, man, and then as soon as you called Allie a bitch, I was hooked.
Long line that led to disappointment.
I'm like
glizzy gobbler.
This crowd is so amazing.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, hell yeah. Welcome to just after 9 o'clock. A lot of stuff has developed in the past 24 hours here. Not just in the country, but right here in the KROQ studios. It's the first morning ever that we are live on KROQ and live on YouTube as well. People that are watching along, and some people say it's great because they can get out of their car after listening and go to their desk where they're supposed to be doing their job and instead have us on. So it's nice for you to join us. Thank you. You can go to KROQ's YouTube page and find the show. Tomorrow morning, all will be revealed. That's right. We are less than 24 hours away from the big announcement. KROQ's 33rd annual Almost Acoustic Christmas. Who will the bands be? A lot of predictions popping up. Some of those predictions are accurate. Many not accurate, but we will give you the full lineup tomorrow at 7:30, and it's worth checking out.
By the way, 562 said they already had a thing where they shot out a magnetic GPS system, and it was in Fast and Furious. They're the ones who did it first.
Listen,
so really just the police, Culver City Police are copying Fast and Furious.
I believe
Better
it.
name now.
I absolutely believe that they're like, some guy's going in there that's like just finished watching Tokyo Drift, and he's like, guys, here's an idea. What do you think? And they're like, great.
Do it.
Get the funding.
562 said they already have a thing that they shoot out that wraps up the car around the rear wheels and tires and snatches the car.
Oh, it's cool.
It's called a grappler. Look it up.
Man, see, they got good stuff already there.
Why aren't they using it then?
I don't know why they can't fly a giant drone above the car with one of those like magnets like they have at the junkyard that pick up and just pick the car up. That'd be so cool.
And then see them trying to get out of that.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many fun ways we can
and
come up
she's
with
naked with her shirt off, and she's falling outside the window as it lifts her up into the sky.
Well, it's still one of my many dreams. If any of the local news stations would allow me at one point to go up in the chopper and call one of the high-speed chases, it would be an absolute...
I bet you we could make that happen.
Yeah.
Well,
aren't you friends with Stu Mandel, that dude?
No, I'm not friends with Stu Mandel. I was friendly with Rick Dickert.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think he's...
give him a call.
I don't think he's doing that anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, plus it happens spur of the moment. Like, if they go up in that helicopter immediately, you'd have to be nearby all the time to jump in.
There's got to be a day where it happens more often than it doesn't. I'm guessing like a Friday afternoon is probably like a good time.
And they can patch you in live, though. You don't have to be in the chopper.
No, you got to be in the chopper.
Why don't you do it next Halloween? I feel like that whole week there was one every day.
Well, listen, anyone who's got a chopper that likes to report on these high-speed chases, I'd love to add some color commentary, please.
Or anyone willing to get into a police chase for Klein's sake.
That would also be great as well.
Wait, why don't we look up on YouTube like one, and then you could do like an audition, and we could get like Stu Mandel or somebody. You could audition for it.
To review
Stu Mandel ain't sharing the spotlight with me. He's got a good gig going. Did you hear that guy's reaction?
Whoever.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Stu Mandel's got the great reactions.
Whoa.
Yeah, I would be doing a lot more speculating.
Oh, no!
That's right. See, he's the best. All right, this hour on the show, we got lots to get to, plus your Kings tickets, and it all starts with some 311 on your KROQ.
Good morning, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, what's
Sweet
up?
Dibs.
Hey, so yeah, man, I'm in jail in Minnesota. I've been here since June 19th of 2023.
You're calling,
in jail right now?
You're calling us from jail in another state?
Yeah, I'm currently in custody. Like we got radio stations on our iPods, and I don't know. I've been listening to you guys every day since they put the radio stations on here.
And why do they do that? So you guys will get bored and tired of the show and go to sleep and nap like good prisoners, or is it to try to get you all riled up? But what is the reason that they have given you radio stations to listen to?
I don't know. We're in our cells 18 hours a day, so I don't know, man. Like I've been calling Reliance telephone service and, man, bugging them, and they finally put that on there. And, yeah, man, like, I found your guys' station. I've been listening to it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you find us? Was it just a lucky happenstance, or did someone recommend KROQ?
No, I was just flipping through the stations, and then one morning I found KROQ on there, and I don't know,
So Allie and I keep you company in your jail cell for 4 hours every single day.
Absolutely.
And are you at a point now where you find Allie attractive? Like, is it at that level yet, or no? Couldn't be.
I mean, hey, she sounds kind of hot. I mean, hey,
Cool. I'm kind of hot to a desperate prisoner. That's great.
This guy's probably having sex with a tube sock full of mayonnaise, and he said Allie is kind of hot. That's amazing.
Okay. And how long are you in for, sir?
Oh, well, I got trial on December 9th. The prosecutor's trying to send me to prison for 29 months.
Oh, wow.
Hey, let me ask you, inmate.
So we could have you as a listener for a lot longer.
Are there other inmates that you know are also listening to our show, or are you the only guy there? Because, I mean, if we could start developing a following at the prison system in Minnesota, that would be something.
I don't know. I just told my neighbor to tune in right now, so...
And then he shanked me in the eye with a toothbrush. And is he going to listen or no?
I think he is. I think he's listening right now.
Ask him.
Hey, Dave, are you listening?
F you.
Don't talk to me.
What did he say?
Is he on a payphone or a smuggled phone?
It sounds like an ass phone. Are you talking on an ass phone?
No, it's they got the jail. Hey, I was in my cell trying to call on my texter and it wouldn't work, so I told them I was trying to call my lawyer, and they let me use the regular phone.
But aren't they?
Wow.
But hold on.
They think we're your lawyer.
That's hilarious.
But aren't they listening to this as well to know that you just lied to them and we're not your lawyer?
Probably, but hey, man, I had to do what I had to do.
I get that. Man,
it's a good defense.
I want you to call us every day. You don't have a phone. You don't have a smuggled phone in there that goes from butt to butt.
No, we just got iPods in here.
Hey, is this your first stint at prison?
No, I've been to prison like 5 times.
Oh, okay,
seems
good.
Very comfortable in there.
Okay, and Dylan, do you have a prison nickname?
No. Hey, man, like my buddy that was just here, he called me Danko Dilly.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That seems like a problematic name.
Right.
Dilly? Are you his bitch?
Fuck no.
All right.
I knew that was going to happen eventually.
He ain't nobody's bitch, Omar.
Okay.
Danko Dilly is his own man.
I will say I am very impressed, though, that the phone quality that we currently have with a prisoner in Minnesota.
That's what it takes to get a clear landline.
Is better than any goddamn call I've taken from anyone on the 405 2 miles from this stupid radio station. I don't know what is going on here. From now on, I want every call to come in from the prison system of Minnesota.
It's beautiful.
It's like we're in the same room with each other. And if we were,
we would be afraid.
I mean, it does feel like prison.
How hot would Allie be if we were in the same room together? What do you think?
I don't know. Hey, there's some desperate people in here.
Okay. Well, can you give me just give me an out of 10, Dylan? What do you think I am?
Yeah, I mean, have
You're
you?
a 10, definitely a 10, but like
what's Klein?
These guys, man.
Oh.
Klein's a 15.
All right, listen.
He's got 2 buttholes.
Dylan, we're going to send you. Are you allowed to receive care packages in that prison of yours?
Yeah. Man, we can only get like books and stuff off Amazon.
What about stickers and enamel pins?
No, not pins. Pins are weapons. Now, what if we sent you a bunch of pictures of Allie?
Naked. I'll send them to
sexy
you.
pictures. Would that get you anything, or would that get you anywhere?
Yeah, man, they put them on my texter and let me view them.
Great.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. That's the nicest thing he said to you so far. All right, hold on. We're going to get you some stuff for your prison. Maybe you could decorate it and we can have an official cell. Little
A Klein Alley Show cell.
Cell in Minnesota. All right, cool. You're not a murderer, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Not yet.
Would it affect your decision if he was?
No, actually, I would be more excited. I'd say that at least there's a chance we show up on Netflix one day or something. All right, Dylan, good luck with your stint, man. And let's just wrap this up with some legal advice so you don't get in trouble. Right. I think you should, what do the lawyers say?
Take the plea deal.
Take the deal.
No, definitely not, man.
All right.
Oh, he's going to fight. All right.
Yeah, we'll fight.
Fight's a good fight.
Fight's a good fight, Dylan.
You got to take a quick break. Speaking of locked up, were you ever locked up abroad or perhaps trapped abroad? Vanessa's traveling to Colombia later today. She thinks she'll be back in 2 days.
Interesting day to do it, too.
We don't think she will be back. And we got a lot of people on the phone already, believe it or not, that have their horror stories of what they thought were going to be quick little trips to leave the country, only to find out that, oops, it was not a quick stamp on the passport and things went very wrong. Vanessa, are you ready to hear real stories from real people?
Ready to not get scared.
Well, we will get to your calls and give away some Kings tickets for the best story next. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Listen, watch. The choice is yours on KROQ and streaming live on YouTube as well.
And Twitch.
And Twitch, apparently, we're there, too. You can get involved in the show lots of ways. The phone's 800-520-1067. You can text the very same number. Tomorrow, big announcement, 7:30. Who will be there? KROQ's 33rd Annual Almost Acoustic Christmas. Legally, we cannot tell you who will be there till tomorrow at 7:30. But we can tell you who won't be there.
KROQ.
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not be there.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Oh, damn.
Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the dog. Eat the cat.
Really bummed out we're not getting the remix Trump singing about eating dogs and cats. He's very busy now, got a new job.
I know.
So
do you think if he lost, he would have shown up?
Probably, but now we cannot get him anymore. So we go to your stories instead. Vanessa is leaving after the show today to go to Colombia. She explained to us like it was a simple little trip. Just got to go get my passport renewed in Colombia.
Well, she's also going to see some family.
Right, but
that she hasn't seen in 9 years.
But still, it's a quick turnaround trip. And her plan was leave Wednesday, back by Monday's show.
Yeah.
And we all said there seems to be a lot of problems here, especially because her appointments are scheduled so stacked tightly with the immigration, where she's got to go to the...
Well, she's supposed to get in on Thursday, ask for a passport. She expects to receive that passport by the following day.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna beg.
Vanessa,
I think begging is probably the lowest... It's probably the least effective way to communicate in Colombia, I would imagine.
I got a lot of people on the phone now that all had plans similar to yours. Oh, quick little trip. Go back, get my passport renewed, get a visa. And then they got stuck places. Let's say hi to Joe. We'll make our way up and down these phones at 800-520-1067. Joe, what happened to you?
Hey, Sweet Knockers.
Sweet Knockers.
I used to have a coworker who went on a quick trip to Mexico and found
used to have a coworker.
Never seen this guy since. I mean,
I think we also used to have a coworker.
Right, so he went a quick trip to Mexico. That was the plan.
Pre-pandemic, guys. Pre-pandemic.
Uh-huh.
So he's been there since 2020. Haven't talked to him since, but he had crooked papers. He didn't know. He came here as a little guy. His parents kind of gave him a story. He thought he was good. He tried to come back, and he's Mexican now.
Wow.
He can't come back. See, and
Does he speak Spanish?
And he thought this was like easy, like, hey, see you on Monday, Steve, or whatever. Like he didn't think it was going to be a thing. And we're just telling Vanessa, even though you are a U.S. citizen, you have a U.S. passport. Yes.
Well, in this case, he thought he was a U.S. citizen and he wasn't.
That story's
His
slightly
parents
different.
told him he was.
How long were you somewhere? Go ahead.
48 hours at Miami airport investigating for being a Serbian spy.
Whoa.
Well, because the voice. I see. They're probably right.
Well, I had a lot of stamps in my passport, and within that month, I used to travel from Colombia, China, then I went to Korea. From Seoul, I flew to Russia, and then Miami airport.
So they thought this is
and all that
definitely
with
spy
Serbian
activity.
Yes.
And where do they keep you in the airport? They keep you one of the good places, like where they got the food, or like one of those little rooms?
No, it's a side room, and you barely get to any of the machines to get a chips or anything. And they dig through your luggage and investigate you, ask all kind of questions.
And are you or were you in any way attached to Serbian espionage?
I'm not allowed to comment about that on the radio.
Oh, my God. All right, fair enough. Well, in that case...
So you were a spy and were kept for 2 days for being a spy?
That's the airport doing their job the right way. All right, thanks for giving that information to Vanessa. Jay, what happened to you?
Hey, Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs, what's up?
My family, 7 of them, went to Mexico for my sister's birthday. It was only supposed to last a week, but the day they were supposed to come back, they got locked in Mexico due to COVID, and they had to stay there for 2 extra weeks.
So there you got that going for you, Vanessa. I mean, but they were much harsher about that, obviously, a few years ago. People were freaking out. I remember going to Mexico and also them having to swab us 4 different times before they let us get on the plane to leave. And I had a buddy.
A lot of people were getting stuck.
A buddy got stuck in Thailand, and I had to stay in a hospital there because he kept testing. He found out after the fact it was a scam because they were charging him a couple $1,000s a day to stay in the hospital, but they kept doctoring his tests to show that he was still showing positive for COVID.
Oh,
so
wow.
he couldn't leave. David, Vanessa, by the way, how are you feeling? I mean, we could go with these stories all day, but how are you feeling right now?
Well, I'm feeling
pretty good.
No, I'm talking to Vanessa. Hold on, Dave. We'll get to you in a second. Vanessa, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay because I found out another thing that I don't want to share.
What?
So my American passport.
Oh, boy.
So I have 2 last names.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It has one last name. And I was trying to check into my flight, and they're like, your flight information and your passport do not match. And I was like, oh, my God.
Later, Vanessa. It's been real. This is Vanessa's final show.
That would mean I wouldn't be able to travel. So
you're not going to be able to get back in,
that's
even
what's on my mind right now.
Oh,
Vanessa's going to be stuck at LAX for 3 weeks. She's not able to get out of LA.
She's going to be like that Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah. Hey, David, what happened to you? Go ahead. You're on KROQ.
Well, I got stuck in Ireland for a St. Patrick's Day party. I went to get ready to leave. My passport was expired. So I went back to the hotel wondering what I was going to do. I was stuck in Ireland for about a week. And then I ended up calling my mom. And she's all, look in your little compartment in your suitcase. I looked in my little compartment that they have where the zipper is, and my birth certificate was in there. She always put it in there because if anything happens, you can always have your birth certificate to get your passport ready to go to get you home. So I was stuck there for a week, and my passport helped me home.
Well, but had you not had that birth certificate, who knows how long that could have been? I mean, as I told you, I know someone right now has been stuck in Ireland for a year, and they thought it was they really did. They're like, I'll see you next week. Just got to go get one thing figured out. Have been stuck there here, 5 rejections to get back in the country.
You could also be stuck while still being in the United States, because my friend, Yvonne, is originally from Hong Kong, and she would have to go there every few years to renew her visa and stuff. Now she's married. But she went back to visit, and she got a ticket, like a parking ticket, or like a speeding ticket or something like that. And they have very, very harsh penalties there. So she has to then go back to Hong Kong eventually to stand trial over a driving ticket. And she could potentially have to go back and stay in a Hong Kong jail simply for getting. So once you get there, Vanessa, something that you don't even realize is against the law or whatever, there could be some reason why you get literally locked up abroad, and then you're stuck in a brand new way that you didn't even anticipate.
917 on the text line says, if they ask you any questions, Vanessa, just stick to your story. I love the hot dog.
I love the hot dog.
You know what? Columbia does have really good hot dogs.
Yeah,
and I am looking forward to that hot dog. I better be able to go.
The hot dog. Well, you'll be having it every day for 6 years.
Yeah, they try to shake you down. Just only say that. Don't give them any more information.
I love the hot dog.
310 says, it makes sense now. Vanessa does look like a spy. She resembles a spy. You think of any cartoon of spies.
It's the big glasses.
The big glasses. They're always little.
Is she short like Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah. She's just scurrying around getting intel.
Opening her trench coat.
All right, well.
Got a little
Vanessa, if you want to talk to the rest of these people off the air, there's quite a few stories and horror stories of people getting trapped abroad. But I'm sure your trip will be great. So we'll see you when you get back. It's been real, Vanessa. Hiring a producer now on KROQ. Chris Martin, Coldplay, wrapping up today's show here on KROQ. A lot of emotions today, good, bad, or otherwise. Thanks for spending some of your morning with us. And if you were joining us on the live stream, that's going to be there for you at least until they stop paying the electric bill here, which could be any day. So enjoy that while you can up on the YouTube. And thanks for checking us out there. Whitney Cummings, thanks for joining us on the show today. Thank you to that nice prisoner who called in from Minnesota. More importantly, thank you to you guys for checking out the show. We've got the bonus pod that will be dropping on you in just about, 35 minutes. It's Klein Alley Shover time.
Can't believe that's not being live streamed.
We should be live streaming that because that's when we get real naked and raw. That's the good stuff. Tomorrow, big announcement, 7:30. It's what you've been waiting for. The holidays can officially begin. It's interesting. Halloween happened, and then the next day I drove by the Hollywood Bowl, and it said Mariah Carey's Christmas extravaganza. I'm like, man,
love it. There it is.
So, but
She's the one who determines now when it begins.
I don't think so. I think it's KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas, as it has been for 33 years. Tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. we'll give you the big announcement, the bands that will be there. It's always a good time. People buy the tickets sometimes, don't even know the lineup until they arrive because they don't care. They just say it's going to be a good hang. We all get together, take over the Forum on December 14th, and we cannot tell you which bands will be there, but we can tell you one other band that unfortunately will not be.
KROQ.
Almost Acoustic Christmas. The following band will not be there.
Oh, Kenny G. God damn it.
No, boo.
Could have put him in the parking lot at least.
Next to all the people selling counterfeit shirts.
Oh, it would have been great.
And the delicious bacon-wrapped hot dogs.
Well, he may be there as a fan. He won't be there as a performer. That's all we know.
You never know, dude. I've seen him play on EDC stage.
Yeah.
He's like rocking up there. I was like, what is Kenny? I thought it was really super high. I was super high, but it was really Kenny G.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
So
I was like, what is happening?
Maybe he does show up. Tomorrow, the exact lineup that you've been waiting for, and we'll give you that at 7:30 sharp right here on KROQ. All right, takeaways from today's show, and then we will officially get out of here. Thanks for all the interaction. We don't do the show for each other. Trust me, we're sick of each other. We do it for you.
All right, 818, my takeaway is play hard to get with your kids.
That was according to Whitney, and don't be all needy and thirsty for your own kids.
Don't protect them.
Make them work for you. Make them try to find you and find food.
310, my takeaway is high-quality furniture is labeled with alphabet stickers.
That's how you know it's good.
818, Trump loves shoes.
Loves his shoes.
He does.
First thing he brought, already packed them for the White House.
Get my shoes.
There's just all shoes in his room.
A lot of shoes. I love shoes.
213, my takeaway is the throat goat is a-blowing right into town.
Yeah, they keep saying these are like...
Mary Gackins.
They say these are Santa Ana winds, but they are not. They are Allie's mom blowing right into town. Throat goat. That's
okay,
right.
thanks. And 626, my takeaway is sex, money, and food are great motivators to vote. And 213, Klein and Alley, your radio cellmates.
That's right. Keeping prisoners in Minnesota company for at least the last 4 months or 6, depending on good behavior. What's your takeaway from today's show, Jake the Nerd?
Danko Dilly doesn't get diddled.
Danko Dilly doesn't get diddled. I'm sure he'll love that one. You listening, neighbor Dave? Don't go diddle, Dave. Don't
He got very defensive, didn't he?
You get real defensive quickly. They don't like a diddling joke when they're locked up.
Right.
I had to bleep that.
Omar, you got a takeaway?
Being drunk makes you a good parent.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah.
Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is
Throat goat.
throat goat.
Great.
Good one.
I had one and I actually just lost it.
Thought it was a good show, and then you've really ruined it.
No,
now.
I really petered out there.
Yeah, you sure did.
I
All right, have a
poogered
good one.
out.
That's a good. Have a good day. We'll do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. Omar, go ahead and take us out. If you need us in the meantime, Goat line open now. 844-956-GOAT on the Instagram. Find us at Klein Alley Show.
What was my takeaway?
Lots of ways.
That's okay. I'll take the.
That's right.
I
Well
had
said.
it. I
All
had
right.
it.
That they feel that they feel that
The woman loses again. Bullying.
Women
It works.
should not be coaching
All right, stop
because
it, all of
they
you.
are
You
less
quiet down.
physically strong and
You
unable
shut
to
up.
judge
You shut
what
up.
athletes should be doing.
Famous KROQ. Klein Alley Show. KROQ.
Well, hello there.